Hi, this is Joseph Williams, son of John Williams, and you are watching the Nerf Herder Council.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of the Nerf Herder Council. I am your host, JT, and full disclosure, it is my birthday today. I am 49 years old, so thank all of you for tuning in. Thank all of you who have been tuning in for, 10 years now. Much appreciated. As always, guys, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. We are live on our YouTube channel, our Twitch channel, our Facebook page, and also the Facebook page and YouTube channel of the Virtual Cantina Network. If you would like to get some Virtual Cantina Network swag, which is awesome, by the way, just go to tpublic.com/user/virtual-cantina. And if you would love some amazing customizable Nerf Herder Council swag, just go to shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. Without further ado, I have to bring on who else but my co-host and my very best friend. It's awesome to be able to podcast on my own birthday, but of course, there's nobody else I'd rather do it with than this guy. He is, of course, my younger brother, AJ. What is up, dude? Great to see you.
What's going on, brother?
You are an asshole because we have a shitload of people behind the scenes that you are about to get me to friggin' cry right before we even start. I thought it was just gonna be me and you bullshitting about Star Wars. That's all I wanted to do. Like, dude, I mean, seriously. So this was the idea for the show. We had a normal topic, and I was like, you know what? Like, it's my birthday. There's so much political crap going on. There's so many things going on in the world. As people are just spitting venom at each other here and there. I'm like, you know what? I don't like that kind of thing. I just don't. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
And the Virtual Cantina Network, Spencer and all those guys and Jeff Caffrey and all them, Mark, and they were like, hey, man, you guys, are you going to do a Star Wars episode sometime soon? Because we've done some other stuff recently that was non-Star Wars. And so I thought, screw this, man. For my birthday, yeah, we're going to do Star Wars. Oh, by the way, the views of the Nerf Herder Council don't necessarily reflect those of the Virtual Cantina Network. Yeah, and there might be some bad language on the show. So like right now,
I was hoping for a drinking penalty on that one. Damn it.
Sorry. But yeah, I thought, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I fucking love Star Wars. I just want to talk about fucking Star Wars. Like, they wanted a Star Wars episode. We haven't talked Star Wars, and I'm like, let's just go topic free and just talk about why we love Star Wars. I mean, the whole point of this show is an excuse for you and I to hang out, and also because, we're here because we love Star Wars, man. It's the reason. You and I are best friends by blood and by many, many things, but Star Wars is the catalyst. So that was the point of tonight. So, but we do have some Star Wars news to talk about, and we'll get all of our guests on to see if they know about it. I'm sure one of them doesn't, because he's a bald dummy and just hits things for a living, and likes to make fun of me. But we do have a few Star Wars news nuggets.
I'm already on the show, dude. That's really hurtful.
Oh no. And he knows exactly who I'm talking about. So real quick, I do owe you an apology. I had, I always make fun of you for being, late to the show. You get online at like 7:58, 7:59, and you've asked me not to rip on you on the air for doing that, and I've tried to behave. Well, I asked you yesterday, like, hey, can you jump on at 7:30? Because we're all hanging out on Saturday. Let's make our plans and get around. Well, I was late by 10 minutes, and so I apologize. It's uncool of me to make fun of you for being late and then myself be late. So
that's true, but you did say you had a story about this. So
yes, and this is there is some people that are waiting to co-host. Oh my God, what is going on here? What did you do tonight, dude? Oh my God. Yeah, so I went out to dinner. I didn't feel like cooking. It's actually kind of a crazy day at work. It was more stressful than I had hoped. And Steph got home. I was like, screw this. Like, I had stuff to make. I'm like, I just want to go out. And we're going up to Galaxy Restaurant, which is a restaurant right up the street from me. And I had a $25 gift certificate from there. We're in the rewards program. We had been there enough times where we got $25 off, whatever. And they have an awesome cheesesteak. So I was like, I'm going to go get a cheesesteak and a baked potato, a dry baked potato. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I'm just going to, smash. So we get to the bar.
Potato, that's no way to talk about it.
I could get some details.
All right.
Yeah, so we get to the bar and the bartender's like, food menus? I was like, yeah, but I know what I'm getting. So I don't even bother opening the menu. I'm like, cheesesteak and, baked potato, whatever. So Steph is looking at the menu and we're talking for a few minutes and she goes, did you know tonight is all you can eat crab leg night? I said, who the what, huh?
Oh, God.
And yeah, and so it was all you can eat crab leg night for $60, which my $25 gift certificate made it $35. And I said, I think I'm going to have to hurry because I have to be online at 7:30, but I think that's what we're doing. And they were slow. I got 2 refills, and the refills were 2 clusters apiece. And you know me, and the guys in the band who have hung out with me eating crab legs know this as well. 2 clusters is like a good 4 minutes worth of food. And she had brought me out 2 refills of 2 clusters. And she says, you think you're good? You gonna try and go for more? And I was like, yeah. I think I'm going to go for more. And then at the end, she was like, oh, that was pretty good and everything. I'm like, I'm not even a third done. Okay. Just trust me on this. Yeah, you guys got fucking lucky. So yeah, that's why I'm late, because I was having all you can eat crab legs and a little bit of Rumpelmans for my birthday.
Didn't you just have all you can eat crab legs like a week ago?
There is never enough times to have all you can eat crab, and you know this. So yes, I did on Friday, and now I had it on Wednesday.
That bastard, Jesus!
Goddamn right. but some of our special guest hosts are watching this, going, hell yeah, dude! I'm winning that bet, that weight loss bet. Anyway, are we even going to talk Star Wars? Should we just bring everybody on? There's another.
I don't know. We're really stressing that premium StreamYard plan tonight. Let's see what happens.
What did you do? What did you do, man? Oh my God! And some of these guys don't even give a shit about Star Wars. So
exactly.
All right, let's go. Let's bring everybody on, and we can just bullshit. Because even
everybody.
The guy
Holy crap!
Yeah, why not, dude? Let's just fucking go for it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so I have to bring on AJ. What?
So I will just tell you right now. Yeah, I've sent out a few invites. So for the audio viewers out there, I might have sent a few text messages to a few people asking them to come on the show and wish John a happy birthday. So we've got a bit of a head count here. We're going to see exactly how well we can manage our green room tonight. Who should we start with? Do you want to make the introductions, or should I? Or should we let them introduce themselves?
I will do some introductions, and we got to get to the chat. All you guys in the chat are amazing. John Phillips, Nick Hall, all you guys, DQ, Mimar, Kevin Smith. We will get you guys up, I promise. This is, oh my God. There's another one. Oh my God. All right. Again, for the audio viewers, guys, people keep showing up as hosts. This is crazy. All right, let me go one by one and bring everybody on. All right. First, let's do this, because I think there's groupings we can do. First, and I know who this is, because he looks like a complete and total idiot, and he's the only one that would do something this stupid. If you guys are fans of my other podcast, Talking Into Infinity, it's much bigger than the Classic Metal Show, the Seth Williams Show, Chris Aiken Presents. I've brought a lot of eyeballs and viewers and downloads to those shows. But I co-host a Dream Theater podcast with this fucking idiot. Brian, what's up?
Is Tamara home? Is Tamara home?
God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
So this is my co-host, Brian. Where the hell? How did you even get that mask? What is wrong with you, man?
I don't know what you're talking about. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Isn't this creepy? It reminds me of the Stranger's Mask. I put it on and I scare the crap out of Jill. Is
He's-
Tamara home?
Jesus. You need to start our show off next week wearing that, just for people to be like, wait, whoa, ah.
No,
Like-
dude, all joking aside, I hope you have a great birthday. I'm going to be on very, very briefly because I am, I was sick last week and I am sicker now as hell. So
You look sick as hell.
I know. I look worse under this if that's possible.
He legit said he might not come on because he might be on the shitter.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I said all that, but
He might still be on the shitter. I don't know. He's got a green screen going.
Jesus.
Well, this is a step up though, because your green screen is actually centered this time. So there you go.
No, I'm in the center.
Well,
Oh,
all right. So,
man.
I
gotta get this like out of my system before our trip because I told you this is my fear because this is my track record.
right.
But
Hey, if James can get through, you can too, man.
yeah, but
By the way, I was waiting to
appreciate
take a drink until we had a social, but no one seems to be having a beverage. So, what the
I'm
hell?
drinking Sprite. If I try to drink alcohol, the wife will kill me right now. Well, she wants to kill me anyway, but it's a different story.
Very true. Also, how are you going to get it through them lips? So there you go.
Pour it through the
All
eye.
right,
We'll see how that goes.
Well, I will let you go since you said you're sick and you're coming on for a minute, dude. I love you, and dude, next week is going to be that's going to be a crazy episode because this guy that we're interviewing, I think is going to have some, behind the scenes, the whole conversation that he and I had. So I think he's a little loopy, but he has worked for some incredibly famous bands, most namely Van Halen, and let's see what happens. So, Talking Into Infinity next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's
Hey,
go.
man,
March
have a
6th.
happy birthday, and AJ, that you look much better on video than your Grinder profile. I'll see you guys later.
I love you, man. Thanks, bro.
You haven't been around to take new pics for me. That's why.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Now who? Oh my God. You did not get? Are you shitting me right now? I don't know how to bring everybody. Oh my God. All right. Circle J. Okay, so Circle J is back there. Oh my God. I got to bring on 3 guys all at once.
I didn't know there was a vertical scroll to the green room. This is awesome.
Yes. You got both of our Baltimore, dude, Torres. Oh my God. First of all of you guys, man, all of you guys are fucking incredible for taking the time out to come on the show. I can't believe you guys did this. Holy shit, man. So I got to introduce you guys to a podcast that I do in private. It's BBM Calls. But the band that I sing for in Lima, I think I've said it many, many times on the show, but I'll say it again since they're here and they can actually hear it, and it's official on YouTube. I am very, very lucky to play in a band with guys that are unbelievably talented musicians. They're exceptional at their craft. They really take a good amount of time to make sure that the songs we play sound great. They sound true to the original recording and stuff, but way, way, way more important than that. This is my 11th year in the band, and I drive 2 hours one way for each gig that we play. Sometimes it's an hour and a half if I'm lucky and whatever, but it's, at least a 2-hour drive one way for the gigs. And I've been doing it for 11 years, and we do about 30 to 40 shows a year. And I do it because they are unbelievable people, and they are some of my unbelievably best friends that I've ever had. And they are proving it tonight by being here. So I would like to introduce my wonderful bass player, Mr. Marv Barker, who is on mute. Don't forget. Jonah Clayton Mize, our lead guitar player, and the beat chef of Brother Believe Me, Mr. Brian Carpenter. Dude, you guys fucking rule. I cannot believe you took the time to do this, man.
Happy birthday, brother.
I love you, man. Thank you.
Hey, let's do one real quick.
BBM Heart Hands.
I have special whiskey, special tea for this.
Special. So AJ's drinking my booze, just so we're
This is
clear.
Kentucky tea. This is tea, man. This is tea.
I left my band bag at the gig the other night, and AJ grabbed it, and it had some Woodford in it, and there it is. So you can tell. Here, let's go solo real fast, just so people can see this. So that is that's just pure leaf tea.
Mm-hmm.
Or
It actually is amazing. I could go get the visual aid. You actually had a bottle of the real thing in there too, and you got to smell it because otherwise you can't tell.
Yes. Well,
Not
I mean
as good
that's
as
what you do.
This is better tea. I do.
I don't know. My tea's good too. So let's get as many people on here as we can, because if we're just gonna talk Star Wars, man, let's fucking go. So
Hey, John.
I really don't even know how many we can get on at once. I think it's up to 10. So
it's
Before,
10.
before we do the shot, this is from Brittany, a special birthday surprise. Happy birthday.
Wait, she stole my
Oh,
damn it.
thank God.
God damn it, they
Thank
stole
God,
my
Brittany.
air horn. All right, so guys, I keep an air horn so that I can like scare the shit out of people on the fly when I'm hanging out with the band. And I've gotten poor Marv's wife any number of times. And apparently while I was on stage last week, they stole my air horn. I just want you guys to know, and
Correction, you used to keep an air horn.
Oh no. See, here's the thing. Like
You dropped it.
I did no such fucking thing. Look, I will quote Blazing Saddles. No, don't do that. If you shoot him, you'll just make him mad. So now what I'm going to do is get the bigger version, and I'm going to deafen somebody. So way to go. Look, my wife.
Brother, I love you dearly, but I pitched this as just come on for a minute. We've been on for 20. We haven't even gotten half of our guests in yet.
Okay, you did this, not me. Look, my wife's like, yes. She's a big fan of the no air horn thing. Yeah, dude, guys.
That's a fan. The guy who drives the rig with the trailer behind it at 70 miles an hour.
Anyone in the green room, if you want part of this social, put it in the private chat so we can add you to the feed.
Well, I'm going to add everybody. Believe me. Carb. Oh my God. I can't believe you guys like took the time to do this. This is unreal, man. Look, my wife. He never realized it was gone. Tell Brittany I love her. See? And Chastity Crawley, I love it. She knows. John will just buy more. There's a thing called see, Chaz knows. She's all the way in Utah and she knows. Hell yeah, dude. Yep. All right. So let's bring some more people on here. Holy shit. Good Lord. Look at all of this. Man, you guys. Oh my God, my fucking cousin. Are you kidding me? Holy shit. Oh man. All right, so
Where'd AJ
all right, I'm gonna go in order. All right. You know him, you love him. He's been on here. He's been on Talking Into Infinity. He owes his career to me. He is the mighty Chris Aiken. What's up, man?
I was told that I was coming in to have a discussion on the family history of Porkins. What the fuck is this?
You can hold it. Dude, I can't believe you made time to come on, man. Thank you, bro. That's amazing.
Well, I took time out of the strip club, as you could see, to come and say happy birthday.
Right. Oh my God, dude. Wow. So yeah,
People
all
went out
kidding
for the
aside,
landing
guys,
strip in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all joking aside, guys, if you have not checked out any of Chris's shows, you are missing out. He is a co-host of the Classic Metal Show every Saturday evening from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Chris Aiken Presents. He is a co-host of the Seth Williams Show, which is on sometimes. If Seth decides to do the show. Seth is diabetic and lost a leg, and it's a constant source of humor. So if you like making fun of a guy with a peg leg, that's the show for you. Had to do it. Hopefully Seth sees this.
Are you nervous or drunk? Jesus Christ,
Can't
are
even
you
fucking defend
jumpy?
himself, dude. He doesn't have a leg to stand on.
I'm trying to get everybody in, Chris, and I'm like,
Then shut the fuck up and start adding people. Come on.
Well, I'm trying to get people their camera time and everything. They took the time to hang out.
Oh, that's what I need, more camera time.
Hello there.
There we go. It's Cale McLeish, our very good friend. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey.
I'm good, man.
Everybody's gonna do a social here. We got a bunch of people. Here's the thing: we might run out of room.
I think we might.
I think we're gonna run out of room.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can only have 10 on, so I think I might actually drop off so we can get at least like one more guest on.
Or you can boot me out. I said happy birthday, you old fuck.
Dude, I love you, man. Thank you so much for jumping on. I got to give you a call, by the way. We haven't bullshitted in a while, so.
I can't wait.
I know.
God, that's who I
there we go. All right, well, I appreciate Jacob, man. I love you, dude.
All right, peace. Happy birthday, bitch.
Thanks.
Good seeing you, brother.
See you, AJ.
Oh my God. That's why he's one of my best friends. All right, so we've got 6.
I am the Chris now.
Look at this. Holy shit, we got so many people. Let's see. All right, so how do we balance this? We've got 7 behind this. Man, oh man, this is crazy.
We're gonna have to cycle
know
some
what?
people through. What can I say?
I think what we should do is
Let's
bring
do
some
this.
people
We
on.
can bring some other.
Well, I think we got to bring people on who are not going to sit here and bullshit Star Wars for an hour and a half. So yeah, exactly. I see
All
the
right, well,
hand
then
up.
drop me out because I'm out.
Do you want to
Yeah,
jump?
you're not a
Cale?
fan.
You want-
I've been studying my trivia. I'll bring it to you guys.
I'll
I mean,
jump
I don't-
into it bullshitting, yeah.
no, yeah.
I don't think you can study enough trivia, my friend. I don't think you can.
Like I had the Enterprise down, the planet they landed on, Romulus. I had that. The other guy, and so I was ready. I understand if you want to bow out.
Wait. When did the Daleks come into it, though?
See, Brian's from Lima, so he doesn't understand your accent, so he has no idea what you just said.
Oh,
For all he knows,
sorry.
you just ordered a sandwich.
I said, "G'day, mate. This is a knife." No, freaking pen.
Oh my god! All right, so we got to bring on BBM. Since we got BBM on, at least 4/5 of BBM, we got to bring on BBM security. So this is Torres and Stephanie, and you guys are on mute, by the way, in case you want to not be on mute. So Torres,
Happy birthday!
thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Like, holy shit. So Stephanie Ann was a fan of our band way before I was even in it. So it's been 15 plus years. And Torres is her fiance. He finally got smart and ringed up. And he's literally a world champion power lifter, and he's also our security. So and also one of our very best friends. I mean, you guys, holy shit, man. I won't keep you too long because I know you guys don't want to sit here and bullshit Star Wars, but
Just stop talking, John.
I'm the host of the show. That's my job.
This is what happens when he pre-games. He's ahead of all
No.
of us.
With crab leg?
Yeah, crab leg.
There weren't enough crab legs.
I never been getting crab legs.
Look, man, I'm trying to give everybody their appropriate screen time, okay? There's my wife. She said, this is taking forever. All right. And then, AJ, you know what, AJ? Then why don't you bring people on? Then why don't you do it? Let's see
We're
how
just
you
trying to
great.
make sure it takes the 49 years it took us to get to this point.
Right, exactly.
Morris, thank you so much. Love you guys. See you soon.
That's funny.
Oh my god. Go ahead,
All
AJ.
right.
Go ahead, smartass.
In rapid order, first we have to thank the Virtual Cantina Network and the man who makes the Virtual Cantina Network happen, Mr. Spencer Jowitz.
Hey, look,
How are you doing,
it's
sir?
Jimmy Superfly Snuka over there.
Dude, are you ready? Are you ready for Celebration Japan or what?
I am beyond ready for Celebration Japan. It's going to be absolutely insane. Wish you guys were going there. Our event, the Not So Virtual Cantina, sold out in 4 minutes. So
Dang.
it's going to be a packed house. And, wish you were there to be doing some karaoke. You're not allowed in my room. So, you have to sleep somewhere else.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. That was.
Oh,
that
we'll
was
get
my
to some
fault.
John stories in a bit. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
There we go. Oh my god. All right, AJ, keep doing it. Let's roll.
You like the
Here's
hat?
the thing. You son of a bitch. It's got my
Thanks for the
fucking
tea and the hat, bro. It's your
God damn
birthday,
it.
but I get the presents.
See, look, now,
AJ's like, what's anthrax?
see,
Bullshit.
AJ now has to figure out how to find 5 spots for 5 more people. So go ahead, smartass. You want to run the show? Go for it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start.
How about you drop
I'm gonna
JT?
start-
You know what?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
You know
right.
what?
Let's drop ourselves out and have everybody else on the show.
might as well be. Seriously.
Let's
All right,
just drop
first up-
JT out. Let's just drop JT out and shit all over his house. That would be a great show.
He's already got
I
dogs.
think
dude.
I think I would deserve that. I think I would deserve that.
All right. Next up, we got first in Mr. Jason Cluse, all the way from Florida.
Circle J.
Yes, aka Circle J, which is a story unto itself.
Oh man. Yeah.
He doesn't have any Star Wars bona fides. He just knew us way too long, and we drank way too many late nights with him. Also coming on the show tonight, we have all the way from Chicago, the Vandalorian, Mr. Sean Hines.
Hey, take a look at the birthday boy tonight. What's happening, my man? We just wanted, the Vandalorian wanted to step in and wish you a nice happy birthday because we all know you wanted to, like you always used to love running the mean streets over in Panama, always on the lookout, jumping at every beautiful girl you can get your eyes on, but you know you couldn't jump too quick because it might cause an eruption a little too soon. So you had to stop all that noise, get yourself a beautiful wife and a beautiful wife, and then the rest is history. You got a nice band, you're rocking and rolling. And now it's the Big Daddy Drake's big birthday. And the Vandalorian just wants to say happy birthday. And I even brought on my little friend, little baby Lee Roth, Yoda Grogu, to come say happy birthday to you too. Happy to be here, my man.
That is amazing.
That's fucking
awesome.
Oh my God.
All right, we got
So-
two more to bring on here real quick. I'm dropping myself out to make room for two more. We have first up from Baltimore, Mr. Mark Thrasher.
Oh, it's the Thrasher. Yes.
What's going on, brother?
But of
Oh
course,
man, how are you?
in the spirit of brotherhood, though, he is not the only family member coming on. Mr. Chris Vila.
Oh, so you can't. You got it.
I'm dropping myself out.
All right. Chris, what is up, dude?
Yo.
Oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever, man.
Replace
Holy
family
shit.
with family.
Oh
What's
my
good?
God, how have you been, dude? Look at this.
Good.
Wow.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Oh my God. Just so you guys know, like, so Chris and Mark, they're brothers. Like, we actually met at Celebration in 2010 talking football. They're from Baltimore. They're from the side of town where people don't get murdered every other minute. Dude, AJ and I were bullshitting football, and I heard this dummy from my right go, "Oh man, the Browns!" And I turned around all drunk, and I was like, "Who the fuck do you like?" He's like, "Baltimore Ravens, baby." And then we got bullshitting, and AJ and I had brought a handle of Bacardi that was in AJ's car in the parking lot, and Mark was there with his brother Chris, and Chris's girlfriend at the time was now his wife and the mother of his kids, and we basically went out to the car a whole bunch, like passing around this handle of Bacardi like it was a big old, joint and shit. And that's how we became best friends. And here we are 15 years later, man. God damn. Oh my God. You guys are unfucking believable. Holy crap.
Yeah, this is to you, man.
Oh man, I love you. So now I gotta see if I can how I can do this. Like, and real quick, I do have to explain the Vandalorian because so my band guys are on. And we are enormous Van Halen guys, except for Brian. Brian's not a Van Halen guy. He's an Imagine Dragons guy.
What?
So,
what?
But so the Vandalorian is a friend of mine, and he is a huge Star Wars cosplayer, and he has a ton of Boba Fett cosplay that he does, but it's always in a theme. And this is his main one as the Vandalorian, and he literally goes to the like all the conventions and stuff, and he's got like the blow up guitar, and he's got the little amp playing, running with the devil. He plays guitar with the dude. He's like, oh my God,
That's right, baby. Always on the lookout for a good time. You know that because this hamburger doesn't need no helper.
Oh my God!
Awesome,
all right,
man.
all right. So
That's all we
AJ,
were talking about love, but you're here for something.
oh my God, Xenia is right here, right now. Don't get me to the Van Halen puns, man. We'll be here forever. AJ, I'll dump myself out. So let's see if we can bring somebody else on because we got two more people that we have to bring on here. Holy shit! What the? Are you kidding me? God damn it, AJ.
John, I want to bounce that on a second, but I just want to tell a quick story before I had to roll.
Okay.
So I met John at Celebration 2019 Chicago. We were all hanging out at the bar the night before. We're having one of our events at Celebration, and we hit it off great. We were hanging out in John and Adam and Steph's room until like 4:00 in the morning. It was absolutely incredible night to remember. My favorite John story is that we had the same sort of party in 22 in Los Angeles. And me and a lot of my crew, we rented out this big suite that we were all going to hang out in, and after the party and just chill out, whatever. I tapped out early. All of a sudden, I wake up like in the middle of the night. I don't know how early in the morning it was. And I hear a noise coming from the living room. I run out of the room in my boxer shorts and a t-shirt. All I see is John doing a freaking Superfly Snuka drop kick across the room into AJ. And they turn around and see me there. And I'm like, John, you know better. And I walked away and into my room. The next day, Steph is apologizing to me profusely. He can't look at me in the eye. It was awesome.
There's Steph. This is poor Spencer. I'm so sorry. And you know what? I have apologized to this day for that. And yeah, it was so bad. God.
Literally, John, thank you so much for all you do for the fandom, and thank you for being part of the VCN family. We love having the Nerfers as part of our entire programming and everything of that nature. Happy birthday, my brother, and I hope to see you real soon.
Yeah, definitely. I love it, man. Thank you so much,
If I
Spencer.
could just give a shout out to Spencer, man, good to see you, brother. I hope you have a blast and celebration. I wish I could be there. I know it's going to be a blast. I'll be there in spirit. You know that the Mandalorian's always ready to rock.
Miss you, brother. Talk to you later. Later, guys. Have a good one.
Later, bro.
Catch you, man.
Oh my lord.
That's awesome.
This is great. That's fucking
All right, as the great mighty Anthrax says, there's always room for one more. Who's next?
Yes. It's up to you, man. You're leading better than me. So, all right, let's see. I would say.
I am the center.
What is happening here? God, did people just keep showing up? All right. Well, I was gonna say I've got to get to this guy because what is up, man?
What's going on? I want to say happy birthday. In your honor, I'm drinking Hard Truth tonight because the hard truth is, John, you're getting old as fuck. So that's just the way it is. So
age just put a number, my friend.
So cheers. Yes, I know.
Cheers to you, man. So, so real quick, so you have to promote your podcast because obviously behind you is all of your, well, not all of your collection, but there's several hundred other bottles. So
it goes that way. It goes this way. It goes around the room, kind of.
This is our cousin Chris, guys. If you guys have paid attention to the show for a while, he's been on the show. Like he comments on the show.
And there's another row down there too.
I work at a bottle shop and we don't have that much whiskey.
Yeah, so he's got a whiskey podcast. He is a connoisseur officially. He's an expert. So if you're into bourbon and whiskey and stuff, dude, promote your podcast real quick so that people can check it out.
We're called Whiskey Rocks. We used to pair whiskey with music, but now we're doing a lot of interviews and getting sent a lot of free whiskey. So we're doing a lot of interviews with distillers, owners of distilleries, master blenders, and we still talk music a little bit, but not quite as much as we used to. You can find us anywhere you podcast at. Just Whiskey Rocks is the name of the podcast.
Nice,
dude. I can't believe you took the time, man. I love you so much. Thank you for.
I had to set up for Friday. We're interviewing Barson and Bourbon Company on Friday, so I usually set up the night before, but I'm setting up.
Well, then, fuck you. Right.
Hey, John.
Oh my god. By the way, real quick. Sorry about my cousin. I probably shouldn't be mentioning this because it's going to get us canceled. But I think the single funniest thing we have ever done in the entire history of the Nerf Herder Council was an episode with my cousin. And we were talking about, again, we're going to get canceled for this, but we were talking about Return of the Jedi. And the episode's called, I think, Return of the Jedi, Dark Horse of the original trilogy. And the last 10 minutes of the show, we found a picture of David Prowse while he was still alive. And it was not a flattering picture.
One.
And let's just say if you guys go look it up, it is on our YouTube channel. And again, please don't crucify us.
It's the most I've ever heard you laugh.
Yeah. Dude, I listen to that to this day and I can't stop laughing. Like, holy shit.
I will say the only thing I'm missing down here is from Return of the Jedi. I need a bar 2D2 down here. The little drinks on the top.
Well, there you go, man. I mean, like that's
If
you
anyone
have
for the
everything
celebration
else.
makes R2D2s, I can just put the serving tray on top.
I love it, man. All right, well, I'll let you go, man, because I'm sure you don't want to sit around and bullshit about Star Wars all night. But if you want to hang out in the green room, you're more than welcome to, and we can bring it back on if you actually want to. So, dude, I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
Yeah, awesome. All right, man.
All right.
So there's my cousin.
Nice.
Holy shit, man. All right. And now we have the mighty Miranda, AJ's girlfriend. What's up? How are you?
Good. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. It's great to see you.
Good to see you.
You are always in the comment section, and here you are live on camera.
I know.
Wait a minute.
In the flesh.
Wait a minute. I know where you're in
I'm in
my
my bed.
brother's bedroom. Not your bed.
No.
That's my brother.
This is my bed.
That is
He doesn't have girly sheets.
If that's your bed looks strangely like my brother's. I just want you to know that. So there we go. This is fascinating podcasting, by the way.
For all of our audio viewers out there.
For all of our audio viewers, exactly. We're trying to get everybody on so we can get to Star Wars talk, especially with my BBM guys, because they like. I get made fun of for the Star Wars thing a lot, but I know that especially Jonah's into it, and we've got some professionals on, so we're gonna get to some serious shit here. So
I'm just waiting for the birthday shot.
COVID.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how to get more than 10 people on here. Like, why can't we do like 20? I pay $100 a month for this bullshit. Hopefully, my
Because
wife's
the
not
screen
listening.
ain't that big, John.
All right, let's
That's
go.
just the truth. Ting, ting,
Fuck it. Let's do it. All right. So,
Hey, so everybody
my
do chat,
stepson
and then-
Dominic is back here. Everybody get a drink.
Happy birthday.
There we
Happy
go.
birthday.
Let's do it.
Happy birthday.
I love you guys.
Cerveza Cristo.
Well,
You take your whiskey home.
I think we're headed for a whole lot of trouble if this keeps going.
Right?
Not bad.
All right. So Circle J, I'm gonna drop you out just for a second because I know my amazing
I gotta-
stepson does not want to talk about Star Wars for hours, and I know you might. So let me drop you out here for a second. So the man, the myth, the legend, Dom, what is up? This is my stepson Dominic. He is like one of my all-time favorite people that I've ever. Oh my god, I love you. What's up, man? How you doing?
He's on mute.
You're on mute.
You're
Oh,
on
he's
mute,
on
babe.
mute.
Whoops, sorry. Happy birthday. I'm just sitting in my old man chair waiting for my turn.
Well, HA invited so many goddamn people. I'm like trying to get everybody on, like, like son of a bitch. So, all right.
Stop talking for 2 seconds.
Look, I'm the host of the podcast. This is why I do what I do, man. It's kind of the role of the host to talk a lot. This should not be a surprise to you of all people.
No, it's not.
All right. So real quick, because I know you're not going to hang out, and I know you got to get to work in the morning. Thank you again for fixing my car last night. Appreciate it. Dominic is an amazing mechanic, and he even brought food for me to cook for dinner last night. Like my stepson is.
I made you cook your birthday dinner that wasn't your birthday dinner until I was on my way home.
Brilliant.
I think it all counts, man. I think it all counts. All right. So since it is a Star Wars podcast, favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh,
because we've seen a bunch in the theater together.
Watching Empire today at work. I stayed late a little bit. I started watching Empire, and I was thinking about it. I really enjoy the music in that movie. I mean, it's a good movie in and of itself, but honestly, I think probably Empire, largely just in point from the music. I don't know. Music in that movie, I feel like stands out a little bit more to me than the other ones. But obviously, also it's a good movie.
That's a great call, dude. I think I'm with you. Like, I think we've talked about it on the show, and obviously the soundtrack for episode 4 is the legendary one because you got the Cantina theme and all the different stuff. Like, you can literally listen to that movie. Yeah, exactly. The Jizz Whalers. That's a real thing, by the way, Dominic. The band is figuring down in the modal nodes, but yeah, it's the style of music is the jizz whale or something like that. It's
Just as long as it's not episode 8.
Bad.
Yeah. I think it's like, but yeah,
Ain't nothing better than the soothing sounds of jizz, baby.
Oh no!
Hey, John.
Hey, yo.
I'm gonna bail because AJ's trying to get more people on here.
We have one more. Okay. All right. I like it. All right, dude. So real quick though. Yeah, hold on. Let's do a solo shot here. Jonah, I love you, man.
Love you, dude.
And you
Happy birthday.
And dude, you are coming on to do Tron. We are doing Tron on the Nerf Herder console. You need to commit to that. It's happening, especially considering that the new movie's coming out. So here's one up to you, man. Cheers up, brother. I love you, man.
Cheers, buddy. We'll see you guys. Love you, John. Happy birthday.
Appreciate you, bro. Love you, man.
Hey, bro.
I'm gonna go too, John. And happy birthday to you. I love.
There we go. I
Very
love doing that to him.
yes.
I love doing that to him. Take that, you bastard.
No, I was just gonna say happy birthday to you. I love you, buddy. Thanks for making all those trips from Cleveland. Really means a lot to me every time we get together on that stage and get before and afterwards. The hang is great. So, love your big heart. Love you. My favorite first episode, Trouble with Tribbles.
Trouble with Tribbles, nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Carp. No, thank you, man. I wouldn't be in this band if you didn't let me be in it. It's your work and everything that keeps this thing going. It has been for 20 years, and I love you to death, man. Like, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you, man. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. So, love you, brother.
Is a great testament to your character. So.
Don't do that, man. I'm gonna cry in my own show. I'll see you in 2 weeks, man. I love you so much, bro.
Take care.
All right, see you, brother.
Oh, Johnny's crying.
Pretty much.
Hey,
John.
All right.
Testament to
we've got
John Drake.
Hold on. I think
John?
Marv. Yo.
Yeah, I just want to tell you that I love you, brother. Happy birthday. Just know that you are loved more than you'll ever know, and you'll never, ever be alone, my friend. Look at all the love on tonight. I look forward to hitting the stage with you again and getting a big hug from you and just telling you how much I love you. Happy birthday, bro. Have a beautiful night.
I love you, man. Thank you.
I love you too, buddy.
Amen.
Oh my
Cheers.
God. Can't wait to see you, man.
And
Cheers.
AJ, you're a hell of a brother. Look forward to seeing you soon, brother.
You as well, man. Give Beat Ups my love, and God bless you, man.
I will. Love you, bro.
All right, see you soon, dude. Oh my God!
All right, we got one more. We got one more to add to the stage here. Those of you who've been with us since the start will know this guy. He's not really a special guest. He's just a returning host. It's Casual Vader.
Oh, it was somebody's birthday. What the hell is going on? Last time I came on here, these other two scumbags, they took all the credit for my work, and I'm over here doing podcasts. Bullshit.
See, Casual Vader, we can't understand you. We heard a few words, Casual Vader. Your voice actuator is not working as well as you want it to.
It's because I'm yelling into a microphone.
Oh my God.
Stop that doesn't work correctly. I keep smacking my fucking head into it.
I heard fucking head into it.
I heard.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
For anyone who hasn't been with us long enough, this started as a 3-man show, and the guy with the Vader helmet now is our former third host, always with us in spirit, regardless.
Take the damn helmet off, Steve.
Yeah, take the damn helmet off.
Take it up. Take it up.
Oh my God, Steve!
It's too much work.
Okay, that's fine. Just take off the voice changer and you're good.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Holy shit, Steve!
That was the whole point of the fucking voice changer.
Hey, I thought the voice changer was awesome. I loved you on Frampton Comes Alive.
So just so everyone's clear, the show has not been nearly as good since Steve has not been on. So we've been treading water for 3 years. So there we go.
We were treading water when I was here too.
Oh my god. Yeah, as AJ said, man. So Steve, if you go back to our older episodes a couple years, Steve actually was kind of the genesis with AJ of the whole show.
Or our intro and outro videos, because I still don't know how to make any updated ones that take his credit off of it. So
exactly.
He's with us every show, whether we want him to or not.
Yeah, my name's still on the bottom of the screen, even though I haven't been on it in like 4 years.
I was always wondering who that was.
You ditched us to do your own gaming channel, so
yeah, that hasn't been a thing lately either. So
he wanted to get actual views,
and he did.
I made a couple of bucks from it.
And we've made 0. So
I don't even want to do the math on how much we spent on this show over the years, because god damn,
I had to claim that shit on my taxes one year.
What? Look at Jim Meyer. Is that a Cylon? Nick Hall. Vader sounds like an Atari. Real quick, we actually have a comment for one of our guest hosts. This is from the beautiful lady who cuts my hair and my stepson's hair. It's Kimmy Cannibal. She said, "Hi, Dom."
Hey, Kimmy.
So there you go. She does a great job of both of our hair, although she hasn't touched my hair in a year and a half. So because I'm growing it out. So there we go.
Yeah, you
She won't be touching mine. Busted her leg. She can't cut my hair either.
Right.
That's your
Yeah,
excuse,
exactly.
John? You're growing it out?
Damn right it is. And I don't have to. I was about to say something derogatory towards my brother, but I won't.
Yeah, what's up with that haircut, JT?
Oh, gee, yeah, you never did that.
It's not a haircut, dude. I'm just I the last time I had a cut was December 27th of 2003, and I've just let it go.
Of 03.
Why would you do that?
03.
You've been growing that shit for 22 years?
That's
Okay,
disappointing.
2023. Sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
Okay,
Sounds a little
there
better.
we go. Because like
Yeah.
otherwise, Jesus.
It's long and luxurious, man. It's long and luxurious.
Sure, it is now, but if you were growing that for 22 years, I think we'd all be a little bit. Oh.
Well, look, man, look. So, my dad never let us have long hair. He hated long hair. He's an old school dude. And I look, I'm just gonna say it. You know, my wife hates my long hair, but she will admit that I have nice hair. It's thick. It's it's soft, and it's the Italian side. Everyone's like
you.
Exactly. And it doesn't require coloring, like me. So yeah, like I just was like, I always wanted to grow it out, and I apparently the Italian tan joke missed everyone. Anyway, so yeah, so my dad passed like about what was it, like 4 weeks or 5 weeks after my last haircut, and I was like, you know what? Dad's gone. He can't give me shit anymore. I'm growing my hair out. So I haven't had it touched. So there we go.
Okay, this is seriously unplanned, but that is exactly kind of why I went for it too.
Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. See, look, Kimmy says it. It's very nice hair. Exactly. All right. Well, AJ, this is
Is it any better without the helmet on?
that thing is horrible.
Still sounds like nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
What about this one?
I think you just have to back your mic off, dude. You're blowing it out.
Listen, Sebastian Shaw.
Stupid soundboard.
That sounds more like Tarkin than Vader, but sure.
Probably does. All right. So now, okay, we've narrowed it down to the people who are going to bullshit about Star Wars all night long. Miranda's sitting in my brother's bed in the opposite room from him. Kale is in Australia. Let's see, we've got so AJ and I are in Cleveland. Miranda is in the room next to AJ, as we said. Steve is a couple cities over. And we have Chicago with the Vandalorian with Chris and Mark Thrasher, or Chris Filla and Mark Thrasher. We've got Baltimore, Maryland. And with Kale, of course, we have Australia. So we're worldwide.
So cool that you announced that twice.
Yeah, well, hey, look. So, all right. So let's
make it even weirder. I'm not in the eastern states. I'm the one no one tours.
Well, there you go. All right, Dom, where'd you go?
My phone crashed for a second. I don't know what happened.
Are you ready to talk Star Wars all night long?
I guess a little bit, maybe. It'd be better if I had alcohol, but I don't.
JT,
At least he sounded enthusiastic about it.
I can't hang on very much longer, bud.
Look at you. See, you know why? Because you're a Ratbird fan.
Yeah.
Ratbird fans can't hang.
But I did want to say
I'm just going to my phone, guys.
All right. Well, let me. All right. Well, let's.
Oh
let you
no,
get out
it's
there.
going into that weird bridge
Dude.
part.
All right, Thrasher, I miss you, man. Like, how hopefully everything's great with you. We got to get a hangout together because I owe you a watch along of The Force Awakens. You were awesome enough to do the Last Jedi with me,
That's
and you
right.
hate it. And now
Right.
I still owe you
I
The
made
Force
it
Awakens.
through it. I made it through it. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
serious up though. I'm super excited about Andor. And then the release in the theaters of episode 3. And happy birthday to you, brother. And man, I tell you, April's gonna be great.
Let's roll it, dude. We might have to find a theater that's 3 hours from you, 3 hours from us, and meet up for that Revenge of the Sith, dude. We might have to make that happen.
It's a possibility. We'll figure something out. I'm looking forward to the next celebration. It's going to be in the U.S.
27, dude.
Yeah, but do we know where yet? Not yet.
We'll find out here in a few weeks, man. In April at Celebration Japan.
Wait, did you say you like Andor?
Andor, my man. Don't, hey,
No, he said he likes what? Tan boy.
We got brother on brother hate. I love it. All right, man.
I have just a quick question about that screening that's coming up on, was it April 25th?
Yeah.
So is that like the girl I met last night? Is that a one night only thing?
It's all week long.
All right.
This feature's here all night long, baby. All week long.
All night long.
Oh,
well,
my
happy
God,
birthday,
you guys are the
brother.
best. I love you so much, man. We'll talk soon, man.
Yeah. Hey, AJ, thanks for organizing.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Love you, brother.
All right, man. It's good
We'll talk
seeing
soon.
y'all.
Later, brother.
See you, bro.
All right, there we go. All right.
Wait,
So, Chris,
shut up. Hold
how
on.
do you deal
Shut
with-
up for a second.
Okay.
So before Star Wars is actually delved into. So AJ mentioned something about telling funny John stories.
Oh God.
So this is one that involves both. Last Celebration when we went to Anaheim.
He
so
already knows.
when AJ, me, Drew, and Mom, we went to Vegas the weekend before, and then we drove to LAX to pick John up. And on the way there, I think it was AJ came up with the idea to do a bingo for John. So for the whole 4.5 hour drive between Vegas and LAX, we came up with, what was it, like 5 different sheets worth of bingos for John.
John Drake bingo. It's John Drake bingo.
Yeah, John Drake bingo that we played. He found it out in maybe 2 minutes before we even left the roundabout at LAX.
Yeah. And it was an accident because I was like, I had flown out separately because you guys had gone out on Friday or Thursday, I think it was. And I had to stay back because I had to work, and also I had a gig. And so I couldn't fly out with you guys. So I was flying in, and you guys were, you were in Vegas. So you had to drive to LAX to pick me up. And I'm like, I'm missing the shit out of you guys. I'm like, dude, like I've never been on a whole family trip and everything. Like I'm just, I'm flying there. The only time in my life I flew first class. Like I got a crazy deal on it and everything. It was like basically the same as Coach. Well, hey, I'm high. AJ, hard to be first class when you white trash or whatever. But anyway,
Roach class.
Roach class. Pantera home video. Go check it out. But yeah, so I was like, I'd flown first class there. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to see the family. And I get the gee, I wonder whose that is.
I don't know.
You should bring that over on Saturday night. We need to watch that.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And I was like, I'm missing the family just completely. I can't wait to see him. I get in the car and no one is I'm like, man, I miss you guys. I love you. And everyone's just kind of snickering at me. Like they're not, oh man, we couldn't wait to see you. Like, I'm like, what the? It was so anticlimactic. I was like, fuck you guys. And then my wife kind of bitched at me about something. And I was like, man, oh man, talk about popping the balloon. And I'm trying to get out of the, the traffic at LAX and everything, and I'm driving for a few minutes, and I happen to look over to say something to my brother, and I look down at it, I happen to glance down at his phone, and there's this bingo card, and at the top it says John Drake Bingo, and I went, you motherfuckers. and I was like, and AJ goes, and Steph and the kids are me like, God damn it, you weren't supposed to show him that. Like it was supposed to be a surprise the whole trip. And so yeah, it was I mean, oh God. And you know what? They were right though. All the stuff they put on that card was accurate.
Oh,
Definitely.
the best part was, Steve, as far as who won, it's us. It's everybody. Because the deal was, if you filled up your card, John had to buy you a drink.
Yes, that's very true.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think we had probably, 3 full cards in like 20 minutes?
Yes. Dude, Chris, I'm telling you, like we've only hung out a few times over the years. I think even you could have played that game. I realized like the shit they were doing. I was like, oh my God, is it that fucking obvious? Like, oh, dude, what okay, so real quick, Chris, we're gonna get into Star Wars in a second. So what is all that behind you?
Oh shit. That's my makeshift blockbuster.
So you're still doing the physical media thing, okay?
Oh yeah. Let me see.
Well, you can see I got the floor.
You got the blockbuster.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it wraps around. And I got like a little checkout counter there.
Did you seriously?
Holy shit. I thought that you were just making a joke. I didn't realize you made it look like a blockbuster.
No, man. Damn, let me back up. There's a floor.
Oh my God.
Video.
Oh my.
Damn, I can't get it in there.
Video in your basement?
The one that
it's in the garage. It's in the garage, man.
Oh,
That's my car.
there's your Mustang. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
That is... Okay, so are those all like DVDs or Blu-rays? Or do you have actual VHS in there or something?
Yeah, they're all VHS. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I got this like old school rollout like television right here. Like when the substitute teacher would come in, at school.
Oh my God, it looks like my favorite days of school.
Yes.
Oh my God. Guys, now you know, for all of our audio viewers, now you know why Chris and Mark and AJ and I are best friends, man, because of shit like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh.
Big nerd.
All right. Oh my God.
I must say, knowing how much of a fan you are of dogs, it was my dog Marshall's birthday yesterday, which is today for you.
There he is. Okay,
nice.
And what's your other dog's name?
And my other dog's name is Gibson.
There it is.
So in case you can't tell, we like music in this family. And what's a more iconic duo than Gibson and Marshall?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Maybe JT and AJ, but you know.
Right. All right, so let's get into some Star Wars talk. So if you guys do not want to bullshit Star Wars, okay, all right.
We've got two things to do first. First, I believe Miranda, you have a bit of an embarrassing John Drake story from last summer.
Oh,
when I was overseas.
No, just John should not cook and drink. It just does not mix. You got to do one or the other. You
can't set it up and leave it at that.
No, I will say, usually John is an amazing cook. He was cooking some hamburgers and some wieners, and he burnt the hamburgers, but the wieners were okay. I mean, they were a little charred, but they were still delicious. So
he does know how to take care of a wiener. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yes.
Oh, God.
So I appreciate that about you.
Jesus.
Remember when he ruined the pasta a few weeks ago too?
Oh yeah, the pasta.
Yeah. I was laughing because I saw those pictures going up on Facebook about him making pasta with Salas. I'm like, I know how that pasta turned out. That wasn't as heartwarming as it seems.
Well, I mean, the intent was there. So, I mean, oh God, yeah, it's not my finest.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, buddy. You can redeem yourself by cooking us some more burgers soon.
Yes.
The weather's getting better, and you've got the grill on the deck, so there you go.
I got
and I've got the LED.
I
I got the projector, so we can put Star Wars movies on the back deck and just rock out.
We need to do that.
If he
But
burns
if we're
them
gonna
again,
talk
just
Star
put on the
Wars-
Anakin scene and say at least it's not that bad.
Right? If we're gonna talk Star Wars, though, I think we got somebody who might have some opinions.
Okay.
So without further ado,
Yeah!
Mr. Chris Mock.
What the fuck? What's up, man?
Hey, he looks a little familiar. I might know that guy.
John, happy birthday. I've been listening to the whole show. I just did not want to sit in the green room. I was multitasking, but I've been listening to you guys since you started at 7 my time. And a big happy birthday to you. But 49, man. I didn't realize that I was 1 year up on you, or getting close to it anyway. So hope you had a good birthday, man.
It's been an amazing birthday, and you've added to it. You probably didn't realize that we were only a year apart because I act like a much bigger dumbass than you do.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I think pretty much everybody on this call could confirm. People always even when I went to get my driver's license a couple days ago, the lady's like 49. I was like, yeah. She's like, you don't look like it. And I was like, oh, trust me, I am 49, but yeah, I do not act like it. Yeah. And I think AJ and my stepson especially can confirm. I do not act like a 49.
Well, look at your last license picture.
I wish I had that here.
But
unfortunately, the
because you
era
act
is
young,
over.
it'll keep you young. It's not the years, it's the mileage too.
Right.
I can
mileage
show
on
you a
myself.
truly horrific photo on a license if you wanted that.
Well, I did. Well, Kale,
I'll make it all
I think
better.
But see, Kale, that was an accident on your part. My thing for the last 3 driver's licenses was, how can I have the dumbest looking driver's license picture imaginable, to the point where people laugh when they card me, and I nailed it. And especially the last one. I'm not proud of this, but I have to admit I was a little inebriated when I went to do it. And I was like
There's something
standing
ironic
there
about being drunk while getting a driver's license.
Well, that's and so
It's weird. Nobody's surprised by any of this though.
See, I figure if I'm drunk on my driver's license and when I drink drive, it looks normal.
See,
The eye test was probably accured, right? The eye test you had to do.
The Peter Griffin thing in Family Guy, exactly. But yeah, so I'd always like my last 3 driver's licenses. I tried to do just an awful picture so I could have an actual official state ID that would make people laugh, because I thought that was awesome. And the last one was the best because I couldn't figure out what to do the 3rd time around, and I was like, damn. And it was during COVID, and I had grown up my hair a little bit because we can't go get a haircut. And it was all in my, I got out of the shower. I'm like, God damn, I got to go get a license. And I'd been drinking the night before, hanging out with my friends and everything, whatever. And my hair is all on my face and all jacked up. I'm looking in the mirror like, what am I going to do? And I was like, oh, what if I just do that? So I messed it up even more, threw it in my face, put some hairspray on it. And I went to the BMV, and I pretended like I was a little slow. Because I figured if I acted like I knew what was going on, they'd be like, no, like we can't offer you a license, come back, whatever. So they were
Did
2 years.
Did you pull a Jim Ignatowski? What does a yellow light mean? If there's a taxi reference, that's probably lost on all your audience.
No, I totally got it, but I actually kind of did. Because I when I got there, I was like, man, I'm still feeling it from last night. This is not good. And they went to do the eye test, and my eyesight was a little blurry. Again, I don't condone this. It's only funny because everybody's safe. But anyway, and I was looking at the letters. I'm like, God damn, my vision is a little blurry. And they were like, to the right, and I'm trying to focus, and she kept prodding me, and I went, I'm sorry. I'm just not good with my letters and my numbers. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. Like, take your time. And then I started feeling really bad, but then I realized, oh, this is going to get me through this. So basically, she kind of figured I was like, I played off like I was slow. And then when I went to get my
was
picture
there like
taken,
an asterisk or anything on
No,
your license?
no.
So
But,
like
dude-
if you got pulled over, the cops were like, "Oh, this guy's a little."
No, I wondered about that too, because I was like, am I going to get something on my license? Like is something going to happen here? Like, and thank God it didn't. But yeah, even when I was taking my picture, like I purposely, like I didn't like take a serious picture. Like I had to play along with it. So I literally did this. I was like,
oh my God.
and then like
Oh
my hair is
God.
like everywhere, and I'm like, like it looked awful.
Oh, okay. So you were an emo from the 2000s. Gotcha.
Oh no, dude, but it was shorter, so it only came down to about here.
Oh no.
But it was all jacked up, and I
Oh,
had hairspray.
no.
I mean, it was like as matted as you could imagine it could possibly be, and that was my license picture for the last 4 years. And I'm not kidding. Every time someone's like, "I need to see your license," 9 out of 10 times I got this. Like, and I was like, that is so fucking worth it, dude. Like, that is so worth it. and my wife was so mad. She's like, why would you do that? That's not funny. That's not funny. I'm like, the hell it ain't.
Yes,
so
it
then-
is.
So every time and for the last 4 years, when someone would laugh at my license, I'd look at her and be like, see, I told you, it's funny. It's like, you need to stop doing that shit. Like, you can't just do things because you think they're funny. I'm like, why not? That's awesome.
Will.
Yeah, exactly.
History says otherwise.
Yeah.
Well, she's used to laughing at you every day.
scoreboard. Yes. All right.
Next
So-
time, the nice lady at the BMV gave him a sugar cookie on the way out the door too. Here you go, sweetheart. Be careful.
The next time you go get a new picture,
Low IQ.
the next time you go get a new picture, you got to use something about Mary hair gel.
Oh no.
I just did it the other morning, and I was like, damn, like I really got to get this done. And I didn't take the time to figure out like an awesome picture. And I'm so bummed out because now I have a normal driver's license, but I'm already planning for 4 years from now. And I was like,
Should just do the Jimmy Neutron and just go all the way up.
well, dude, I've thought about that. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I got 4 years. So that's what I'm planning for. But then as I was leaving, the lady said, are you flying anytime soon? And I said, yeah, I'm flying, in March. She goes, well, you might want to think about getting one of the new licenses that go into effect in May. And I said, oh, so I might have to get a new license? And she said, yeah. And I went, challenge accepted.
And she's like, what am I that?
Yeah. So it's going to be much easier to get my birth certificate and social security card and all that crap than it is to find out the next stupid ass fucking look on my driver's license.
Oh no.
So if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know because I'm all about it. Like,
look, I mean, I've got a working with children pass because I'm a teacher at the music tuition school down here, and let's just say it's called a working with children pass, and it probably should preclude me from working with children based on the photo. Kind of looks like you're not getting them back.
yeah, I think the next one I need to start from the perspective of just smile at everything. Just walk in like you're just overly happy and just be like, kind of like,
Jesus, we're here to see Cooper Polly, not kill Batman.
Yeah. Like, hey, how you doing? I'm here to get my license renewed. How are you? You having a good day? Hey, how are you? Great to see you. It's such
Take
a
him
great
out of
day.
Solo, please.
Yep. Oh my God. See, I think that's a good place to start. And that way my driver's license can literally be just like the dumbest happy face ever. Like, so, all right, AJ, I believe we were supposed to talk a little bit of Star Wars tonight.
A little bit. Just
right.
a little bit. We had a
Why
couple
would you do
things
that?
happen in Star Wars recently.
I'm going to drop myself out for a quick second so that you can lead because You have done just an amazing job of bringing all my best friends on here. So I love you guys,
John's
man.
got to poop. He's gonna go take a dump.
No, no.
All right, get the
No.
banner ready.
I'm letting you lead for a second.
By dropping yourself.
All right. Well, it's actually very handy that we ended up having some Star Wars news happen recently, because the real reason why we pivoted over to Star Wars for this topic tonight was because, as we said on our last show, we were supposed to be talking about Captain America 4. And then I asked John 6 days ago, I was like, hey, we're going to be reviewing Captain America 4 in 6 days. Do you have any plans to go see Captain America 4? And he goes, oh, shit, I forgot. So I was like, well, I guess we'll next week. And, we were going to be doing some really like low hanging fruit, which I'm not even going to tell you the topic, so you won't know when we actually just completely give up on coming up with an idea. But instead, Star Wars gifted us with things that are worth talking about. Of all the slow news, years, it feels like the last couple have been a little bit slow from Star Wars, but we've got a couple things that have actually been newsworthy leading up to Star Wars Celebration Japan. So I think the first thing that we should talk about, because it's the first thing that's going to happen, is Andor Season 2. And they announced the release. They're dropping 3 episodes a week on 4 consecutive weeks. Does anybody else think that that's just like a bizarro streaming strategy? It's not binging,
absolutely.
But it's also not like drip feed like we're used to now.
It's Tony Gilroy thinking outside the box.
Yeah, right. So my question is, not only what do you think of that as far as a release schedule? I've never heard of a show doing this before, but also are you in favor of it, or would you rather it was something else?
Based on the concept, I kind of like it.
I love it. Because I don't want to wait. I want instant gratification. And I told you guys, when we talked about the Skeleton Crew, that I had binged 90% of it, and it was so nice that it played out like a film, and I didn't have to wait. I know a lot of people like that week to week, but I would rather just fucking watch it all at one time, because I feel like it's going to make us want to watch another episode as soon as one is done. So I think it's going to be very satisfying to even the people that, want it once a week. I think they're going to appreciate getting it all in one dose.
Yeah. Miranda, how do you feel about that? Because we've been going through Andor Season 1, and it's your first viewing, and we only had time to do like an episode a night. So you had the experience of, because Andor Season 1 dropped the first 3 episodes simultaneously and then went once a week. You got to see it one episode, then episode 2, then episode 3. How do you feel about that?
I like the once a week episodes because it's just enough time. Sometimes you're crazy busy in life, and it makes me look forward to like the next week, and it's something that we do together. And I like the once a week thing. But I know a lot of shows now, across all different streaming platforms are doing like these drops of 3 or 4 episodes at a time.
Oh, like Stranger Things, we're doing like a part 1 or a volume 1 and a volume 2, like seasons in 2 parts kind of a thing.
Or some of my reality shows, my trash reality shows that I watch, they'll do like 3 episodes at a time.
Interesting. See, I think the one thing I will say for Andor that works that way is I'm glad they dropped the first 3 episodes of the show as all one thing, because not a whole lot happens in episode 1 or 2 for that matter. It really takes like getting to that 3rd episode to cap off that first story arc for it to really like hook anybody. Or am I remembering that wrong? Did they do the first 2 or all 3 episodes when the show premiered?
I thought it was 2, wasn't it?
2 or 3. But yeah,
it was definitely not just the first one though, which is good, because the first one kind of ends and is really like the middle of everything.
Totally.
I thought it was 3. I could be wrong.
And who knows? Maybe this show is going to start off a little slower, and maybe getting a couple episodes the first week or 2 could help, because like I said, speed get to the action a little sooner, I guess, instead of having these long burns once a week for 12 fucking weeks. I don't know. I want to sit down and I want to just dive right into it all at once. I really do.
I'm with you on that. I kind of like the fact that it's, we get 3 episodes a week, so you get a little bit more. It's only, it's spread out over a month, but also the fact that each of the 3 episodes, AJ, you may have mentioned this, while I was off paying bills for a second, that, each of the 3 episodes covers the period of 1 year. I kind of like that because I think, Chris, to your point, it definitely does speed things up. I think that I'm interested to see how this works because, I think it's either going to be amazing that 3 episodes encompasses a year, or, I'm also kind of worried that it might kind of suck because are you cramming too much story into 3 episodes when you could really spread that out? And Chris, what do you think about this, man? Like, because we don't get to talk Star Wars very much, but I know you're like an enormous fan. Like, sitting there in your Blockbuster, like, what do you think? Like, are you excited for this, or?
Yeah, I like both. I feel like if you had it all dropped at once, that'd be cool because you can go at your own pace. You want to knock out 5 a week or whatever. But then also I like the excitement of, oh damn, this week I get to see a few new ones.
I mean, do you have a preference? Like, how would you prefer it come out? Because like Chris mocked. I obviously mocked is like, dude, I want it all at once, and I'm kind of a fan of that myself. But I mean, if you had your preference, like how would you like?
I guess if I had a choice, I'd like it spread out. I'd probably do the 3 a week or just 1 a week because I'm kind of busy, and to sit down and get 3 a week would be kind of tough. So if it came out once, I wouldn't be mad.
It gives you more time, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that. All right, so AJ, since again I was off paying bills and doing responsible things, like who
really?
have we
You
not?
had to pay bills at 9 p.m. That's responsible.
On your birthday?
It sounds like your bank sent you an alert, and you're like, "Oh fuck."
No, it's just I'm a responsible man. Like, I got a family to take care of, and I just decided, like, let's let everybody talk Star Wars for a minute. And I can go, pay the water bill and pay the water bill and pay
It's
the water
weird that
bill.
you go specifically for that one.
That's code. Yeah.
Look, everybody read the banner, man.
yes, we did.
So,
Get it back.
so yeah. So who have we not gotten to about this topic? Like, I want to make sure we get everybody in on this. So,
anyone's free to jump in. Yeah. No, we're just
I'm
gonna
a
run
binge
it.
watcher.
I guess I could.
So.
Yeah, I guess I could say jump in. When it comes to these episodes, everybody wants some. I mean, I want some too. But the problem when it comes to dropping a whole series at once. I think when you drop a whole series at one time, the thing is, you get through it and then you end up looking like that Dave Chappelle meme. Hey, you got any more of those episodes? And then you gotta if you're not able to watch them all in one sitting, then you gotta try to dodge the spoilers online. So I personally prefer it, the once a week thing, like the old days, when you used to have to wait for the next episode to come on in the story. And if the show's good, you are anxiously awaiting that next episode and anticipation.
That's what concerns me. Yeah,
And
this
you know
idea that,
damn well
if they thought they had a hit on their hands, would they spread it out more? Like,
that is
build over time?
Well, the other way to look at it is that the show was originally going to be 5 seasons spread out leading up to the right of the beginning. Now they're condensing it into these 3 episodes over the course of 4 weeks. You could look at it from the perspective of, again, going back to the way they did things in the olden days with TV, as one of those 1 week or mini-series shows where you've got the hour and a half episodes every night for an entire week, and it's just a mini-series. I think the way they're splitting this up every week, it's almost like a movie every week, because you got 3, depending on how long the episodes are, it could be a little mini movie every week, leading up to where it leaves off right into the beginning of Rogue One.
Well, I mean, Mandalorian, I mean, so I think what you're saying is, like, you kind of want it spread out, like you kind of want to get in and out, like, once a week, and then, I mean, if I'm hearing you correctly, like I like it. Yeah, because
I like to savor my meal, so I wanted to. If I could spread it out as long as I can, that I prefer that because once you glam slam, thank you, ma'am. You're kind of like, well, that was cool. Now what?
Right? Yeah.
See, I'm kind of concerned with it from this perspective that all three are released at the same time, and what's to stop some asshole on the internet going, you know what, I'm just going to watch this last one, find out what happens right at the end, and spoil
and they're absolutely, there's going to be that guy. There's always that guy.
And someone's going to have a total loss of control. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, and Kale, to your point, I think, I think what you risk at that point, because they're doing the episodic releases, and it's one a week, which is awesome. And now they're doing this like 3 release at a time thing. Like, I think what you're gonna find is, like, to your point, like, if people spoil it, people are going to fall out of love again with the Star Wars kind of, the way they're doing it. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
let's be honest. I think the game now is just trying to get people back in love. There's a lot of people that have already fallen out of love. We need to get them back. I think that's where the focus has to be.
Yeah, no,
So what you're saying is you don't want us out of love again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess that's more all the reason to release it all at once. There is no spoilers when it's available. Yeah. It's just up to you to watch it. So if you see a quote unquote spoiler online, that's just somebody that took the damn day off while you were at work and watched the whole fucking thing.
See, and I think that's a great point, Steve. I think that's a great point. Like, if you do, like, put the whole thing out in a giant pile, like, if there is a spoiler, like, I think, as you said, one guy might throw it out there, but who's going to see that? Basically, the majority of us, 99% of us, are not going to be able to take the time to watch the entire thing in one giant chunk.
Yeah.
So, I think that's an excellent point, man. I think that's an excellent point. And,
the only other thing I can think of is I love The Boys on Amazon Prime, and I think the last 2 seasons they did a split season, so it was like 5 episodes, and then you had to wait like 3 months for the other second half of the season or something like that. So that could always be a way to get around potential spoilers as well.
I hate that when people like they do that though.
Oh, I
don't want to wait
despise
3 months or 6 months. No.
Yeah, I do hate it, but it does kind of keep from spoilers coming out though.
I would love for someone to explain to me the logic of these drop schedules, right? Like, TV used to be very standard. It started in October and it usually ran through like May. It basically followed the school year. And then you'd have the summer break and all the fall premieres, right? And now it's like, we don't know what month it's coming out. We don't know how many episodes we're going to get per season. We don't know if you're going to get 2 episodes a week or 5 episodes at once or half a season or an entire season simultaneously. It's just like whenever they feel like putting it out, to the point where, like, we just got this announcement 2 months prior to it coming out. And if it's like any other Disney Plus shows that Star Wars has done, they're probably going to change their mind like the week before.
Or the day before.
To chime in with a couple of you guys said that you have busy lives and you can't commit to it. I might disagree with that, or I can't relate to that, because I am so fucking busy after winter that what happens is I want to make the time to watch the Star Wars stuff. Like, it's a priority of mine. And I know, Sean, I have a feeling you watch more than 3 hours of TV a week. Something tells me. So what I'm saying is, you guys are watching a lot of TV already. You guys are watching a lot of TV already. Yeah, you have busy lives. You might have to get rid of some of your other shows and save those for another time. Watch those 2 months down the line. You know, I want Star Wars and I want it now. I don't want to fucking wait. I waited a long fucking time for all the shit that we got. You know, I want it dished up now, you know?
Chris, you raise a good point, though, because we've got Daredevil Born Again coming out as well. And now that's Disney Plus fighting against itself because I want to watch both, but I've only got so many hours to watch TV. So now I have to choose between the two. And if they had just coordinated and staggered those releases, they used to do that. They used to be like, okay, you're getting this Marvel series. And then after that, the Star Wars series is coming out. Then you'll get another Marvel series. Simultaneous drops means, well, shit, now I got to prioritize.
Yeah. Which sucks if you have a lot of priorities when it comes for viewing. And like you guys had mentioned too, I think the risk is if you can't prioritize in time and you're online looking at all the bullshit pop up, it's a good potential for spoiler. You know, which sucks because I mean, I go back to the episode 1 soundtrack. You know, this is before the days of really the internet being in a current household all the time.
The funeral. The funeral.
And I'm like,
Qui-Gon's noble end. Yeah.
Yeah, Qui-Gon's noble end. I'm like, well, that kind of sucks. Yeah. So when that happened, it was like there was a lot of emotion that was just not present because I already knew it was going to happen. You know.
Well, and I think you know, to all your guys' point, like I think it feels so good to get the episodes when you get them, but I think it's preferable to get them in a big chunk because that way you don't get spanked with spoilers. You know what I mean? So
it's gonna prevent that.
Oh, otherwise just dropping them in there.
Kale, you're not
I
supposed
noticed.
to bring it up. Kale, you're not supposed to bring it up.
The other thing that worries me is like usually if you've got a hit on your hands, you want to draw that out to draw in subscribers, right?
Yeah.
If the show is good enough, they'll show up and watch it.
Yeah.
They did the 1 episode a week thing for the first season, and now this one they're like, let's get it over with in a month. Like it's like they just want to be rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing. I don't know. I don't feel that way. You know, like I wonder why they're doing it this way, because Andor season 1 was one of the biggest hits that they've had, and people are like eagerly anticipating season 2. So it's like they don't need to rush that. You know, I'm wondering if they have something else coming down the pipeline. Excuse me, coming down the pipeline that is important enough to have to, you know, I hate to use this phrase, but rush Andor, because I just feel like this is something that was popular enough to where if you did it week by week by week by week, as much as, you know, from what I'm gathering, you know, a lot of us would prefer it was, you know, kind of like we were able to binge it. I'm wondering if they're not rushing it because there's something else coming that they need to, like, let's get this, let's hurry up. You know, not because it's, you know, unpopular or anything, but, you know, it's interesting.
Well, if the quality's there, if the quality's great, like the last season was, they might rush it getting it off their hands, but they're not necessarily rushing the production where it's going to diminish the quality of the show.
Yeah, totally.
You know, they're just firing it out there just to kind of, hey, it's already done. I mean, I want to say that it's probably completely wrapped up at this point, even in post-production. So, I mean, it's kind of, okay, if we're not waiting for them to shoot anything or edit anything, it is just sitting there.
Well, you know, and Chris, this is an interesting question because, I mean, you work in video production for major corporations. I don't want to, you know, throw, you know, company names out there, but you work for some very
Pornhub, you can say.
So you work for like a party.
I got to bounce, unfortunately.
Are you taking off?
Sorry. Yeah, my phone says 2%, and you guys are really dark right now. I guess it dimmed.
Damn. All right. Well, dude, I love you, man. We are going to see you very soon. Dude, thank you so much for taking the time to come hang out, man.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a blast, man. I got to get on here more often.
Hell yeah, dude. You're always welcome.
Love you, man. You're always welcome.
Thanks, man. Hey, happy birthday. Cheers to you. And
Appreciate
let the
you,
good
brother.
times roll, man.
Let's roll, brother. Love you, man.
All right.
Be safe.
Brother, peace.
That's it.
Peace.
All right, so
He's cool,
Miranda, I want to ask you, because you as the novice in the room, so to speak, how do you feel about having? I have to watch 3 episodes of Andor per week. I kind of have to keep up with this stuff for my job. It's something we like to watch together. So how do you feel about this as someone who's not as, you love your Star Wars, but not like, we're fucking stupid about it. So how do you feel about having 3 episodes a week just to keep current?
And is it going to be difficult to walk from the bedroom you're in to AJ's room that's about like 13 feet away? Is that going to hamper your viewing experience?
I am in my own bed. Just
You're
to
not,
put that out.
you're not fooling anybody. Continue.
But no, I want to hear, like, as someone who likes Star Wars but isn't like married to it like we are, is that too much of a commitment for a quote casual fan?
I can go both ways, I think. I really like Andor.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, baby.
I really like Andor, so it will not be, I won't be suffering through watching 3 episodes at a time. The time commitment can be a little hard for me sometimes, and I do look forward to having that time every week that I can sit down and watch something that I enjoy.
Yeah. Agreed.
Now,
Yeah.
okay, what about you guys that watch it together? Okay. John, you watch it with your wife. AJ, you guys watch it together. What happens if somebody's got the commitment, but somebody doesn't? How does that work? I mean, do you watch it again? Or do you wait until the other person is ready to sit down and watch it with you? My wife was asking me, she's like, we got to watch this fucking Skeleton Crew. It's been out for 5 weeks. And I'm like, I'm not ready yet. She was all ready to go. I had to make her wait for me. She didn't really
Wait. Hang on. I prioritize my Star Wars shows, hasn't seen Star Wars Skeleton Crew yet?
Thank you. That was my question. Yes.
Mr. I will make the time for Star Wars. What happened here?
I did make the. I wasn't ready yet. It was during the holiday season. I did not want to take away from Christmas that way. I wanted to fucking watch Elf, Christmas Story, all that other shit.
Christmas Story. Now we're talking. Never mind.
Priorities.
Priorities. Yeah. I don't mean to sound like a fucking hypocrite here, but yeah. I mean, I watched it. Yes. But I watched it late.
I will say so. This one's easy for me. This particular show. My wife actually said, Andor is the one I don't like, so you can watch that on your own. I didn't like the first season. I was like, what? Like, 'cause she loves Rogue One, but she just she said something. Well, yeah, I mean, she's kind of beautiful and, like, I don't know, takes excellent care of me and the family. But
It's cheaper to keep her.
She's a little bit more. Look, she deals with me and my apparently on camera receding hairline. But anyway, yeah, like, she actually said that she didn't enjoy Andor, even though she loves Rogue One. So
she might like season 2 because I think
that's what I'm thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too.
For sure.
Yeah, they're gonna have to fast track the events a little bit more if you're gonna be having like a year gap. If they're trying to take like a season and condense it into 1 3-episode story arc, yeah, I think we're gonna pick up the pace on season 2.
Yeah,
well, it definitely looks like there's a lot more action. It definitely looks like there's a lot more action. I know season 1, was pretty much really slow. The whole season was a slow burn, but it was a good slow burn. It was like watching a soap opera drama type of thing every week. Not a lot of action, but it's still a good story. So that could be what, some people could lose interest in it. My wife, she was completely invested in Andor and was totally looking forward to each episode. So that should be a good watch for season 2.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, my only concern is that, I mean, it looks like there's all this action in there, but what if it's
oh god, Star Wars trailers are notorious for that. Yeah.
All that action could be the last 5 minutes of the 3rd episode of each week.
Yes, exactly. Right. Or the first 2 minutes, like, because like for me, I'm going to love it no matter what. I love Rogue One. I know. Mocked, like you and I are like just like the biggest like Rogue One fans possible. And I loved Andor season 1 because it was a little bit different. It was very character driven. It was a little more mellow. It was a new thing in the Star Wars universe. And but for people like my wife who are like, yeah, it was boring. I didn't get into it. Like, are they going to do that again? And because for me, I don't mind if they do it all over again, like the character-driven slow burn thing. Excellent terminology, Vandalorian. But like, I'm really interested to see, are they going to ramp up the action? Because we all know where it's ending. It's kind of like Rogue One was awesome because we knew where the end was. It's like, okay, they're stealing the Death Star plans.
Yeah.
So at the end, like we know where it's ending. It's like Revenge of the Sith. Like it was awesome, dude. Like we know at the end of this movie we're going to see Darth Vader. So with the second season of Andor, like are they going to ramp up the action and get to that point? Or are they just going to do slow burn, and just let Rogue One be the explosion of all the action and stuff? I'm very interested to see how they handle this.
That's a good point.
That would actually kind of suck, I think.
Yeah, I kind of think so too, Steve.
Like if we got the money shot 7 years ago when Rogue One came out, like what the fuck are we watching 2 seasons of Andor for?
Right.
Well, see, I've almost got this thought of what if there's a certain amount of interplay between each episode of that year that they can't break it up? What if it is very much necessarily, if we break the flow of this, it suddenly shifts too far? Maybe there's more of a reason they're doing it like this.
Yeah, and if you're saying, John, you're verifying that 3 episodes equal 1 year, is that correct? And then
they've
that's what they've said. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that's done because we've never gotten that concept before. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Like a movie,
I'll tell you one thing. Those episodes better be longer than 20 minutes if they're going to try to cram the whole year.
Well, I think
problem. Yeah.
I think when you go on Disney
47 minutes, take it or leave it.
Yeah, though they will be. Steve, it's funny you mention that, but I think I have confirmation. I've read this online that each episode is around 47 to 48 minutes, which means each episode I think is going to be around 19 to 20 minutes, because then you have like the 21 to 22 minutes of fucking Disney Plus credits with like Zimbabwean languages.
Yeah.
And total sidebar, but can they please fucking stop with that? Like the credits are like 12 minutes. Like who's watching that shit?
Yeah,
like stop it. Like I mean, like seriously. And we got.
Well, you don't want to know who does the voiceovers in fucking Filipino and shit.
It's business, dude. I guarantee you that's some sort of like legal requirement.
Well,
what I don't understand though is that it should just go with language selection. Like whatever language you're watching in, that's the credits you get. You don't have to get everybody's credit across the whole planet.
Yeah. Sorry to sidebar us, but just that.
That's a good point, though. Super good point.
Yeah.
Also, unless you're living in a Blockbuster, you can just skip that shit. So,
how great was that, man?
That was awesome,
dude. He's mentioned.
I have an interesting.
He's mentioned a Blockbuster before. I didn't realize he was literally like had a Blockbuster.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I have a question to throw out. I know this might be controversial for some folks. We've seen in the trailer, we've seen the Death Star, we see Krennic, and even though this was a little controversial with Rogue One, will we see Tarkin?
I hope not.
Is that something that people
Plus show anyway?
If we do, I hope we get more of the shadow idea of him, like we had with Miyagi in the last season of Cobra Kai. I know that straight out in front of us, like it was in Rogue One. It should be. You might see the figure behind the desk that's shaped like Tarkin. It's like, this is what we are doing.
Did you just spoil Cobra Kai for me, Kale?
No.
I think so.
He's been doing this the whole fucking time, dude.
Priorities, man.
damn it,
Priorities.
By the way,
but you know what?
by the
You
way,
know,
on the subject,
Kale
They've
owes
done
me,
this several
so, yeah.
times.
on the subject of spoilers, Miranda's only seen the first 3 episodes of Andor, and Rogue One, I think, at some point. So
Yes.
So yeah, we haven't spoiled anything for her yet for season 1, but
It's okay.
just be aware.
Sorry.
I mean,
Anyways,
can you
continue with the
really
conversation.
spoil
Something 'cause
Rogue
my computer
One
just
like it's a prequel?
freaked out.
Oh, not Rogue One, no, but
Oh.
but the other 9 episodes of Andor season 1.
Yeah, but since we were telling JT stories, I'll tell one very super quick Steve story.
Oh, yeah.
Rogue One was one of those movies we went to see together in a theater. We had like 20 of us, and when the Vader scene happened, Steve is absolutely like all Vader, all Sith, all the time, just like dark side, and which is ironic because you're like the sweetest motherfucker I've ever met. And dude, we're sitting there, and we had 2 rows of seats, and Steve I think was behind me, and
I think so.
When the Vader thing happened in Rogue One, you know, you hear the and the saber. I'm just like, I couldn't hear him, but I in the back of my mind, I went, Steve is back there, basically kind of like reaching into his shorts and tugging it out.
I might have.
Like, I knew he was so fucking thrilled with that. It was so funny. I'm like,
It's literally the best like 45 seconds of Star Wars history.
That's what he said. It's the very first thing I said to him walking out of the theater. I was like, dude, you must have enjoyed that, huh? He's like, bro.
That should have been the whole movie.
I'm pretty sure that is how we got my friend stuck on Star Wars. She was always so adamant, I'm not going to watch them. They're overrated. It's just like, you haven't seen one. Shut up.
Yeah.
New Year's Day of 2017, because it came out December 16, right?
16.
Yeah.
December 16, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we were just hanging out, and it's just like, oh, we should go see a movie. It's just like, oh, there's nothing out. And me and my other mate that are actually Star Wars fans is just like, you seen Rogue One yet? He's just like, no. Just like, cool, let's go to that. And she's just like, but that's Star Wars. It's just like, yes. Just like, but I don't know anything. It's just like, you don't have to. It's a separate thing. And she's just like, okay, I'll sit through it this one time for you guys. And just like, okay, cool. And then that lightsaber scene happens. Just like, so, how you feeling now? It's just like, can we watch the rest? This is cool. It's just like, we've been telling you for 6 years.
Right. All right, so our cousin brings up a great point because this is something interesting to talk about. He says the trailer shows Saw Gerrera. There's no way it's a slow burn with little action. That's interesting. I mean, do you think that they can do this show as compartmentalized as it is with like every 3 episodes being a year? Can they have that kind of presentation, but also have Saw Gerrera and not have it just like action? Like, or can they actually, you know, kind of take their time with the Saw Gerrera character and the, you know, the birth of the rebellion and all that? I mean, what do you guys think, man?
I think it's all lies, deceptions.
AJ,
every day
AJ,
more lies.
AJ, I love you, Kel, but I think AJ could beat you. AJ, do your Saw Gerrera.
Shit, now on the
he's
spot,
on the
man.
spot.
Lies, deception, more lies. Come on.
Lies, deception. Every day, more lies. Anyway.
Yeah, you got me.
Forget it. We'll know the truth.
Yeah.
Well, I think if it's a slow burn with character, if it is a slow burn, and it's going to be with the characters that we know from Rogue One, I can live with that. I do believe that we're going to see a little bit of the formula that we did in the second half of season 1. You're going to get the slow burn and the story development with some action. I don't believe it's just going to be non-stop action. Which I'm fine with. Which, I mean, if I had like, you know, 3 hours of Saw Gerrera just backstory and him talking, I'm more than fucking satisfied with that.
Well, based on what they've shown in the trailers so far. based on what
MC,
they've shown in the trailer so far, all the clips are of characters we've already seen from season
Yes.
1. So either they're hiding all the surprises, which is entirely possible, or they're fast tracking the backstory of these arcs by being like, you remember them already from the first season, so we don't have to waste time on that this time.
Could be.
Which is
We've
a
seen
good
Dedra
thing.
in there. We've seen Saw Gerrera. We've seen Bix. We've seen
Melcy was in there.
come on,
Mousy,
who's Andor's buddy, who's always covering for him?
You talk about Melcy.
No, not well. Melcy's in there too, but no, who's the guy who works on Ferrex that's always covering for him? Brasso.
So what you're kind of
Yes,
saying
every
is kind of like,
character we see from the trailer is an episode, season 1 character. We haven't
So
seen
it's like-
any
so-
new characters.
I think what you're saying is, they don't have to reintroduce these characters. We know they've already had their story told. We don't have to see Batman's parents get killed again. We can just move on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think that might be one of the way they're dispensing with. I mean, they got a short runtime for these story arcs, right? So they're like, okay, how can we fast track this without feeling like we're rushing? Well, let's just use characters that people already know, and that way we don't have to like worry about establishing them and then messing with them for the story arc.
Yeah. All right. So
Real quick, if you want to drop me into the backstage green room I got to take care of something, and if you're still going, I'll jump back in.
Are you doing the
Okay, so Mandalorian's got to pay
paying
some
the
bills
water
too,
bill?
apparently.
Okay. He's paying the water bill.
He's going to make
All
a
right,
deposit.
so I got 2 more topics, but I want to bring up one comment because this is Nick Hall says, I'm just hoping for some cheer at Imwe.
Me too.
Fucking let's go. Yeah.
Him and Bodie, please.
Yes, dude.
Not Bodie. Bass. Sorry. Too many big
Dude.
names.
All right. So apparently we have another special guest. So I have 2 more topics that I would like to get to. The next one is up for discussion. It might bring some negativity. It might not. I don't know. The last one, it's my birthday, and I'm closing my birthday with my favorite movie. So without further ado, I believe, AJ, if I'm not mistaken, this guy has actually spent money on a plane flight from St. Louis, Missouri to Cleveland, Ohio, and I will be seeing him in a short 3 days to hang out. He is our very good friend, Joseph Wren, Discography Discussion. Joe, what's up, man?
Happy birthday, John.
I love you, dude. There's the Jaeger. There it is.
Joe.
All right.
Bring the missile. Oh, there's more.
I'm just astounded, Joe. You're late for being late.
You know, sometimes when the day runs longer than you expect, you pour 2 shots at the start of the show. But it's not the start of the show for me. It's like hour 2 for you guys. And that, I'm glad that we're spending John's birthday celebrating that which I feel is the reason the NHC has been around as long as it has. We can still find things in Star Wars to discuss. It is the never-ending topic barrel. It is like the barrel of monkeys that you never quite figure out what you're supposed to do with this thing, but you love it anyway, and it's been fun. I've been watching. You're not supposed to watch while driving, so I've only been listening, I promise.
Well,
sure thing. That's what we tell officer.
What's your name, Ossifer?
Ironically, my wife got pulled over today on the way from work, so there you go.
Oh, no.
Grant Williams says, happy late birthday, John. Hope you've been well. Dude, great to see you, man. Thank you very much. I've been amazing, and I appreciate the birthday wishes. All right, so let's get into a little bit of Star Wars news. For me, this is kind of a bummer, actually. In fact, it's a massive bummer, but I think for a lot of Star Wars fans, they are kind of celebrating it. My boss, of all things, he's a massive Star Wars fan, but he is, he's got his opinions, and on this one, he is, hell yeah, I'm glad she's gone. Kathleen Kennedy announced that she is stepping down as the head of Lucasfilm, I believe at the end of this year. So she announced that. I'm going to start. I am not a fan of that. I think she has done an absolutely phenomenal job with Star Wars. We would not have all of this stuff to talk about if it was not for her. And I think she catches an unfair amount of shit from all angles of the fandom.
Sure.
I'm very interested to see who they will select to replace her. They did announce that she's still producing all the projects that are already in production, which is good. But for me, this bums me out. We would not have this new era of Star Wars excuse me, post 2014 without Kathleen Kennedy. And I think, as I said a minute ago, she just absolutely catches way too much shit. We've had how many movies, like how many shows, and it wouldn't have happened because if it wasn't for Kathleen Kennedy. So I will forever salute her. I'm bummed out she's stepping down. I hope whoever steps into her position can continue the forward momentum. I get that there's a lot of movies that kind of failed, and in terms of like while they're in production, like a lot of projects, I should say, that when they're in production, they failed under her leadership. That being said, man, we got Rogue One, we got Solo, and we got the sequel trilogy, we got Mandalorian, and all these Disney Plus shows. So I'm sad to see her go. What do you guys think, Joe? I'm going to start with you. What do you think? Like, are you glad she's gone, or are you kind of bummed out and worried about the future?
There's no point in Star Wars, and I know there's an easy meme, to blame Kathleen Kennedy, but there has been more than double mainstream Star Wars in the last 15 years than has ever been. I think Homer Simpson said in an episode once, okay, I was wrong about the trampoline, but you know what? At least I'm out there trying new things. So for every swing and miss that we look at in the last 5 years, how many good swings were there? How many home runs were there? How many, you know what? Yes, I'm excited for this. You can't just be mad for the things you don't like, because the things that you do like deserve a lot of credit. So I don't know that I'm sad she's stepping down as much as I'm hoping that whoever picks up the ball continues to run with it. Because it's not all going to be great, but the stuff that has been great has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Mandalorian was like a legitimate press the reset button. That's like the first day you brought home the Super Nintendo after all you had was Mario Brothers and Zelda. And now you've got an entirely visually different experience that's about to occur. And you got to give her credit for that too. Not just the stuff you don't like. So thanks for the memories. To quote one of quote Fallout Boy from a few years ago. I got to refill the glass before I do it again. There's a lot of good, For me, I love Star Wars because my dad introduced me to Star Wars, and he didn't get to see The Mandalorian. He did get to see Episode 7, 8, 9. He had a good time.
See, that dude, it's funny you mention that because we have a comment here in the chat. John Phillips, thank you for tuning in, man, and you wish me happy birthday earlier. Love you, man. Thanks for tuning in. He says the delusion is that she was great. She wasn't. The moment Disney bought Lucasfilm, there was going to be more Star Wars. And I think that kind of fuels our conversation because, John, I'm going to disagree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, yeah, there might have been more Star Wars, but I think there's a difference between, and Joe, you kind of alluded to this a little bit. There's a difference between more Star Wars and good Star Wars. And I think that she really kind of shepherded projects into production that, I think Solo is like honestly, if I could say what her crowning achievement was, at least to me, was Solo for her, because we've all read the stories and everything. For those of you guys who have not, that movie was a few weeks shy of being done with principal photography, and she was like, "This sucks. Move on." Like, she fired the directors and basically reshot Solo within the span of about a month. New director, new everything, new this, new that, And now we've got Solo, and I think it's a fucking amazing Star Wars movie. And
It
obviously, thank you, Steve. Like, dude, you and I have always been like, what the fuck is there to hate about Solo? Like, it's so much fun. Like,
yeah,
and she pulled that off in the span of a month.
Yeah,
and so it's like,
if it wasn't a month, it was pretty damn close to it.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean,
the other thing that I think people forget is how much meddling was happening from above her pay grade. You look at Marvel. Marvel's decline basically coincides with Star Wars. The more Disney became embroiled in the decisions at studios, that is when Marvel and Star Wars both got weird and just got kind of shitty overall. So I think that Marvel's starting to course correct now, and I believe Star Wars is going to as well. So a lot of the stuff, like we did a show after, what was it, D23, I think it was. Chris, you're better with this stuff than I am with the details, but they did that presentation. I think it was D23 when they presented 10 streaming shows and announced one movie as the future Star Wars projects. And one, it was like so much stuff, and two, it was like, wait a minute, we got 10 Disney Plus shows coming out, and there's only a single movie on the horizon, which never happened because it was Rogue Squadron. And that was back when Marvel
bastards
would be, like Marvel would announce like all this crap too that either hasn't come to pass or has been shuffled around. And it was all pressure from the top of saying like, hey, just announce everything. We want people to believe that Disney Plus is where everything is at. And if it did come out, it was mid, and most of it didn't. So I think like a lot of her tenure, like at least half of her tenure, because we're talking like 2019 and beyond now, half of her tenure has been corporate overlords basically telling her what to promote. The good stuff, the stuff that we all love the most, all came out in the first half of her tenure. And that was all the time when it was just like, well, Kathleen Kennedy was handpicked by George Lucas, let her run Star Wars. And then 5 years into that, all of a sudden, then Bob Chapek comes along, and all of a sudden, all these studios underneath Disney start churning out crap or not churning anything out because it doesn't even get that far. So I think she takes an unfair amount of the blame for the, quote, decline of Star Wars.
I was going to say that I feel like there's like a lot of behind the scenes drama happening. And I think she got a lot of shit for the Acolyte. And I don't understand like why there's been like rumors that she wants to retire, but I don't see that because she
is 71.
She's
allowed
71,
to retire.
But if you love Star Wars and you're good at your job, you will work until the day you die. So
that's the thing. People were like, "Oh, she's resigning in disgrace," or like making this big, huge thing. But she's 71 years old. Her first producing credit was E.T. in 1982, which means she was in Hollywood prior to that. So she's been doing this shit for literally half a century almost.
Yeah, and
it's okay if she's like, you know what?
George
I'm
Hanson
good. I've got enough money. I'm gonna take it easy now.
Look, she did get a lot of shit. George handpicked her for a reason. And John, you are a baseball guy like me. We've seen some really good managers over the years take this shit and get fired because the fucking knuckleheads on the field weren't producing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is a little bit of an analogy that's realistic to Kathleen Kennedy. She's handpicked by George. She got way too much shit that was out of her control. There were people, like you said, above her pay grade that were dicking around and telling her what to do. But she was the face of the franchise, if you will, because she was with Lucasfilm so many years ago. She was the one piece that was consistent, that connected the past to the future. Yeah, I don't look. There's producers. She didn't write the shit. She didn't. If people are bitching and complaining about some of the things that she's not even part of, I mean, you could say that a lot about a political leader. There's a lot of other moving parts behind the scene that are out of control to a baseball manager, a political leader, and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, somebody's got to be the face, and somebody's got to take this shit. And unfortunately, she was untreated fairly, for sure.
I completely agree. I do have one more
By the way,
topic I would like to get to.
real quick.
Oh, sorry.
I want to interject real quick. Our cousin is still listening, and he texted me a link to a CNN article that basically says nothing official has come out from Lucasfilm whatsoever. This is basically an unsubstantiated report. So she might not be leaving after all.
Yeah, I did see
We've
that.
heard this multiple times, right? Like, oh, they're firing her. And she's still
and
here,
every
so-
single time it was supposed to be the official. Every single time you hear it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Well,
Kathleen's going away. No, she's not. Oh, no, she's not.
Reminds me
I
of
always-
James Hetfield taking his guitar off before Second Destroying for all those years. It's like, here it is. No, it ain't. I'm back. No.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll knock that off. No, I'll keep it going.
Though
So
Disney's good with that, anyways. If you think about the Bob Chapek running Disney itself,
Very
how
good point. Yeah.
Hey, Disney never brought back Bambi's mom.
True that.
Joe,
God,
what
my
I gotta
brain
do
isn't
is
working, but I forget the other guy that was in charge before Chapek, but he retired, was never
Iger.
going to come back, and
I
Iger.
agree. Yes.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, Chapek ain't worth a shit, and hey, look, Bob Iger's back, everybody, yay!
What are you doing, buddy?
All right, let's get a little bit of. Is that Marshall
Damn
or
it, Kale,
Gibson?
now I look like the
That's
jerk
Gibson.
because I actually kicked my dog out of the room to do this show.
There's Gibson. We got some Gibson on screen here. All right, great for our audio viewers. All right, so I have one more topic to get to, but before I do that, very, very quickly, let's go around the horn. AJ, I'm gonna start with you. We'll go around. Kathleen Kennedy, yay or nay? Oh shit!
That's
Apparently
Joe.
Joe.
All right,
Apparently
I got
Joe
Joe in
started
solo just in time for him to put his dog down and out of camera. So
She's hungry. Let her eat, AJ.
All right, well, then we'll start with the. You know what? We'll start with Joe so that you can go feed your dog. Joe, Kathleen Kennedy, yay or nay? 30 seconds.
I say yay. I don't think anything that I don't like is entirely her fault. And my justification for that is the stuff that I really like happened right before a lot of the stuff I don't like, which means it was probably somebody handing it down, saying, make this happen.
There we go.
That's my answer.
Vandalorian, Kathleen Kennedy, yay or nay?
So just to clarify, since I was out of it for a little while, everybody else has got delusions of grandeur. We got. Are we? What is the yay or nay? Yay, she's gone, or no? I want her to stay. What is it?
Is she
Yes.
good or is she bad? Is she light side or dark side? As far as you're concerned, her legacy.
As far as well, she kind of comes across a bit of a gray Jedi because like I heard
I was
somebody
gonna
say
say
earlier. It wasn't an entire. Everything wasn't bad, but for me personally, I think there was more bad than there was good. But that's just me. I think that it's probably a good idea that we have a bit of a shake-up and a regime change. I think like she's too easy of a target. Has she been unjust? Gotten the flack a little more than she deserves? Most definitely, but some of that flack is deserved, I believe. But I don't think she deserves all of the blame. And I think that part has been a little unfair to her in that respect. She's been in the industry a long time. She doesn't do that. Somebody doesn't do that by accident. Even though she was a part of a lot of great films, whether she had any creative input in any of those projects is for debate. But I think that it's good that we get a sort of a reset, start over, get another person in there. Could be Feige, not Feige. Could be Feige. Could be Filoni. Could be Favreau. Somebody who holds this franchise near and dear to their heart and take this to the next level. And bring the community back together.
Awesome. Miranda, you are not a super fan, so Kathleen Kennedy has been responsible for basically all Star Wars content for the last 10 years at minimum. Yay or nay on Kathleen Kennedy?
I mean, I think the Mandalorian said what I was thinking mostly. I mean, us girls have to stick together, so I have to say yay in that sense. But I also think like nay in a bit of a way, because I do think it's nice to get some fresh eyes, some fresh blood into it, because like everybody has been complaining, there's been kind of a lull in some Star Wars content coming out. So maybe this is the push that they need to get some new stuff out there.
Awesome. All right. Casual Vader, or as you're very well known by AJ and I, one of my very best friends, Steve, Kathleen Kennedy, yay or nay?
I think a lot of what I was thinking was said already. A lot of deserved hate, a lot more, I think, undeserved hate. Because once Disney took over, she was a yes man, essentially, to Disney. So, I mean, you can only do so much, I guess. But all in all, did I hate what we got out of her? No. Like, I could take it or leave it, kind of, I guess, would be my best way to look at it.
I could just picture being in your basement and going, seriously, dude? Like,
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. Look at Joe. Oh, that if that is not, dude. All right, all credit to Joe for the oldest Nerf Herder console reference that's ever been made on the show.
I had forgotten about that. Wow. Yes.
Are you kidding? That's my text whenever John actually contacts me.
Sorry, I'm going to doff John's cap to you, sir.
Real quick before we get to Chris, AJ, show Chris the cap. Chris, you're a metal guy.
Yeah, Apex.
Look at my stage hat, dude. And AJ, flip it. There you go, dude. Look at that.
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Now you gotta
All right.
you gotta do it like you know.
Joey, like flip it up.
Yeah. Nah, man. You know, it's funny. I had that rubber hand puppet. I got it at like almost like a showbiz pizza kind of place. I was like, oh my god, I can win the Knot Man with my skee ball tickets.
Dude,
and when I
Anthrax
met
is totally
Anthrax,
rated.
I had them sign the little hand puppet.
You have that? Oh.
I don't have it anymore. No, it is essentially like the autographs wore off and the thing just like disintegrated.
Damn it! I was gonna offer you a trade of something I have.
No,
all right,
of course I do not have it.
so getting things back on the rails, because I'll talk Anthrax all night, Chris.
Right, it hasn't been on the rails since the damn podcast started.
Right. All right,
I mean, not just today. I mean, in general, like 7-8 years ago, whatever.
The rail does not
It's
exist.
10. Dude, Steve, it's gonna be 10 years this December, man.
What are we doing?
Our first episode was talking about The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Steve's bringing back all the other tropes, man.
Yeah.
All right, Chris Mocked, host of the Mocktails from the Cantina. Kathleen Kennedy, yay or nay?
I gotta say, yay! You guys have said everything that very, very good points that everybody's made up. It's hard to disagree with any of those. And I already said my 2 cents. But what I will say, nay, on, and I am not gonna miss it one bit, is that fucking whiny voice she has. My God, I want to at least give her shit for that. She did not sound happy when she talked about Star Wars. She sounded like the old fucking grumpy school teacher that was just trying to teach you math again that you just could not comprehend. So, yay on Kathleen, nay on her voice, for sure.
Oh, I love it, man.
Yikes.
All right. Cale McLeish, Kathleen Kennedy, yay or nay?
Joe said it all. It is a yay, and it's quite a bitter pill to swallow. That unless she has chosen to retire, we've probably bullied her out of it, to be honest. And it just, it says a lot about the fan base as it is right now that it is what we're coming to. But I mean, if anybody else had been in her shoes, they would have bowed out long ago. She has taken whatever beatings we've thrown her way really, really well. And quite frankly, everything that we're trying to blame her for is like, yes, it's her circus. Yes, it's her monkeys. You're forgetting they're the monkeys, though. You know? Someone's going to start throwing shit. That's just the nature.
Yeah, that's so great. So
Oh my
fucking
God.
perfect. All right, AJ.
Even when you have
Kathleen
a fair
Kennedy,
point,
your
you have
name.
a fair point. So.
Yeah.
You still want to see monkeys? Is that you still want to do that?
What?
Ooh. Yeah, no, we discussed like life goals. I was like, I want to take a vacation somewhere where I can wear a monkey, and
You'll be wearing his shit.
yeah.
She's right, you know.
And
No,
that's the difference between AJ and I would like to swim with dolphins because they're cute and they're cuddly, and I just get to float and give them kisses and not worry about flinging turds.
Oh, great! So we already have our family vacation planned then, because Miranda has a goal to swim with pigs.
In the
And
Bahamas.
that's not actually a fat joke on you, John. There's actually like places.
I was about to say, you're really going there.
I'm guessing the waters that have wild pigs swimming in them probably have dolphins as well. So,
Dude, I invite it. Look, I'm a fat bastard, dude. I fully invite that shit, dude. AJ, Kathleen Kennedy, yay or nay?
Kathleen Kennedy for me is overall a yay. I think it's one of those things where I don't think there was any way she could possibly not piss somebody off. I mean, it's fucking Star Wars. She had to take over for George Lucas. You talk about an impossible task. It's like,
thank you.
Well, Gene and Paul are retiring from Kiss. What else can you do? Like, oh, by the way, it's still Kiss. You're still supposed to be Kiss, just without the people that make Kiss. So,
yeah,
I think that, like you were saying, like the goods were great, the lows were awful, and it really, I had to Google this. I just did look this up. Bob Chapek took over as CEO of Disney in 2020. So we can blame Kathleen Kennedy for Rise of Skywalker, because that came out prior to him taking over. But all the meddling and all the shit in the last 5 years, you got to assume some of that is coming down from the top, and it's not just the buck stopping to Kathleen Kennedy.
To be honest, I don't think we can. I don't think we can.
And anyway, like, okay, some of it didn't work out. Some of it was crap. I'm not a fan of a lot of it, but it was an attempt. You couldn't just keep churning out shit and pretending you're George Lucas. You've got to figure out some other way to keep the franchise fresh. So she took some big swings. The Mandalorian paid off. The Acolyte did not. Okay.
Fuck that. The Acolyte was great.
And you know whose fault that is ours. Us as a fan base killed that shit.
It's okay to not like
her.
stuff. I'm just saying, like, we all agree that there's some stuff that came out in her tenure that we don't like, and there's some stuff that we do. And you got to give her credit for both.
Yeah.
Like other people have said.
I
So
agree.
take the good with the bad, and a lot of the good is I think she doesn't get enough credit for a lot of the good. She gets all the blame for the bad.
Well, dude, you know what? And that's a perfect segue to my take on it, and then we'll get to our final topic of the night. You phrased it amazingly well. She had to take over for George Lucas. It's like, how do you replace a legend? And to me, that plays perfectly into my favorite band, Van Halen. Because you could make that comparison as well. Like the David Lee Roth stuff, oh, that was George Lucas. And the Sammy Hagar stuff was Kathleen Kennedy. And dude, it was all great. It was all great. Sammy respected the Dave legacy as hard as possible. He may not have sang those songs, but he took the Van Halen catalog and the songwriting to a different level and kept Van Halen alive. That's exactly what Kathleen Kennedy did. She took what George Lucas did, kept it alive, and took it in new directions that were still Star Wars. So, you know, it's to me, like, I can never understand why anyone would crap on Kathleen Kennedy, because, you know,
we don't know her
to me-
kinks.
Did you really have? I'm glad this probably won't be released on audio. Anyway, yeah. You tried to break me. You tried. Anyway, yeah. I mean, she just absolutely kept Star Wars alive. No matter what, she kept Star Wars alive. And it's, as I was saying about Sammy Hagar, he kept Van Halen alive. Everyone thought there's no way that Van Halen can survive without David Lee Roth. Well, then here comes Sammy Hagar and they put out the 5150 record, and holy shit, they got 4 number 1 records in a row. And, Eddie Van Halen is still out there ripping ass and, killing people all over the planet with his guitar playing and everything. It would have never happened if Dave had stayed. The same thing with Star Wars, like George Lucas's ideas, to his own admission, had gotten a little bit stale, and he was tired of it. That's why he sold the company. And Kathleen Kennedy, she kept Star Wars going. And love or hate what she did, because there's so many projects you can debate, Star Wars is still here, and it's still vibrant. I mean, Chris, you and I can definitely speak to this personally, AJ as well as you. Like, we have a show because Kathleen Kennedy kept it going. Would mocktails from the cantina be a thing if Kathleen Kennedy had not taken over and kept Star Wars going? No. I mean, would the Nerf Herder Council be a thing if she had not kept it going? No, it would not. But she did.
By the way, quick fact. George Lucas was 68 when he sold Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy is 3 years older than that.
And dude, here's another quick fact, and then we'll get to my final topic of the night, because I have to just shout out this movie. Not only did Kathleen Kennedy keep Star Wars alive, dude, Indiana Jones.
You have to be on a Mac. Jones. If you give a thumbs up on a Mac, it'll do the little emoji thing.
I'm on a Mac. It's not doing it.
Dude, well, here's 2 thumbs up and triple, quadruple, quintuple thumbs up. Kathleen Kennedy kept Indiana Jones going, man. Like, say what you want.
Oh, she absolutely did.
Dude, say what you want about Dial of Destiny. It's amazing.
Better than Crystal Skull.
Dude, we're not going to get into that. I'm going to dump you off of our own show.
What if instead of the Crystal Skull, it's a haunted house?
Joe, we're not talking about that right now. We have to get to the final topic.
Anyway, and I know you want to get to your final topic, but I think AJ brought it up too when he said, or somebody, I forget, somebody talked about swing and a miss. Like, we as a fan base would have crucified Kathleen Kennedy if she tried too hard to be George Lucas.
Yes.
So she went against that, and we shit on her for not being enough like George Lucas. Like, she was going to lose regardless.
Yes. Yes. Dude, dude. Dude, sorry to bring up a Star Trek thing, but it's Kobayashi Maru. It was the unwinnable fucking situation. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so to me, like, what, when she steps down, if I ever met her in public, I'd be like, thank you. Like, honestly, like, love or hate, even if you hate everything that she has done, no one can deny she kept Star Wars alive. Dude, Chris, you talk about on Mocktails from the Cantina so often about the dark times, like the late 80s, when there was nothing, in the early 90s when there was nothing. Because of Kathleen Kennedy, we didn't have the dark times. Star Wars is back because of Kathleen Kennedy. So for me, it's a million thumbs up. So thank you. And now
I just kind of want to go back to your analogy with the Van Halen thing, though, is that I think in the fan base's eyes, a lot of the time, Filoni is Hagar and Kathleen Kennedy's built up to be Gary Sharon. And it's bleak. And it's not fair at all.
Musically, you are 100% dead on. Yes.
If you hate everything Kathleen Kennedy has signed off on, everything, all of it, my appeal to your decision is Mandalorian Season 1.
Yes. Chris, do you agree
Thank
with
you
that?
for Mandalorian Season 1.
Yeah, I mean, how can
nothing
you
else,
hate
man,
everything she's done? Yeah, I would think that that's not a. To me, I would go, "Are you really a Star Wars fan? You've hated everything that Kathleen Kennedy has done."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How can you even call yourself a fan? I would question their fandom, and I don't want to be gatekeeping here, but that's what I would do if somebody was like, fuck her and everything she's done.
No, dude,
Doesn't
look,
make sense to me at all,
What we do on this show is we gatekeep because we're allowed to. So
also, if you're still paying attention after 10 years of stuff you don't enjoy, just to have more reasons to shit talk, I think you're still a fan.
The problem.
Thank you, dude. AJ, man, you guys are making so many good points. Yes. So the final good point of the night, my final topic, man.
I think we can all jump out now, and John's just gonna go on for 25 minutes.
No.
All right,
Dude,
catch you next time.
April 25th. Very well played, Kel. Dude, April 25th. April 25th. My favorite movie of all time is coming back into theaters. Revenge of the Sith. Dude, that... Oh, there. Hold on. Let's do a dog moment here.
Marshall, come here. Come here.
We got Marshall.
Okay.
Oh, look at your left hoof. Look at your left hoof. Sorry, I'm doing my dog speak on there. Anyway.
Can't hear you, but...
All right. So, guys, Revenge of the Sith is back in theaters here in the States, April 25th, and it'll be there for a week. This is my final topic. I just want to talk about this movie for a minute. And again, we'll go around the horn. We'll start with the Mandalorian here in a minute. For me, I am absolutely so fucking stoked to see this movie again in theaters. The last time I saw this movie in the theater, actually, you know what? I'll say the first time and then the last time. The first time I saw this movie in the theater was the midnight showing in 2005 on release night, and it was with AJ. And Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie of all time because, I mean, there's many reasons. There's so many movies that I love, and I have such an amazing connection to. AJ and I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater together in 1983. He was 4, I was 7. But in 2005, it was the first time he and I had been to a Star Wars movie together because we hadn't gone to Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones together when they came out. It was the first time AJ and I had been in the theater for the actual release of a Star Wars movie since 1983. And I loved the first 2 prequels, and I was so pumped up for episode 3. And AJ and I, we went to the movie, and it was like, holy shit! We at the theater we went to, Cinemark here at Valley View in Cleveland, it has a massive parking lot with restaurants surrounding it and everything. And it was the last time that we had seen everybody cosplaying and lightsabers everywhere. The whole entire parking was full of, and we went to the Quaker Steak, and we were eating wings and shit, and then we went out. We got our pictures taken with all these cosplayers and everything, and then and it was just, we went into the theater, and it was just he and I sitting there watching it. Kale, right? And AJ and I just sat down in the middle of the theater, and it was they played all the original Star Wars trailers for the first hour before midnight hit and the movie started. And it was just me, and then, sorry to phrase it this way, AJ, it was me and my little brother. For me, back in '83, it was this is what we did back then. And Revenge of the Sith to me is so emotional because it was the time that AJ and I went to see a Star Wars movie where we could actually both appreciate how fucking cool it was, man, how much fun it was, and how us being together and I have the most visceral reaction to this movie because of that, and it just is always the movie I come back to when I'm thinking about, oh, what's your favorite movie? Like, and I think there's perfect movies, like, because AJ and I are going to do a series on the show about perfect movies, and Revenge of the Sith is not going to be on my perfect movie list, but Revenge of the Sith for me is my favorite movie because it is the one that I experienced with AJ fully. We were both all in, like, we understood what we were going through. Unlike 83, Return of the Jedi, I was just like, that's my little brother. And AJ was 4. Like, what the hell does he know? I'm 7. What the hell do I know? But in 2005, we knew everything. And it was, holy shit, this is mine and AJ's movie. So I am fucking thrilled that this movie is back in theaters. I can't wait to see it. My wife texted me the other day, and when I said, all caps, I'm like, Revenge of the Sith is back in theaters. She says, how many times are you going to see that movie? Like, with a bunch of smiley faces and stuff. And I said, as many times as it takes. It's my favorite movie, and I'll see it as many damn times as I want to. So,
like, are you actually questioning it at this point?
Yeah. And,
is there a film, John, that you could line up as a double feature? Like, what would be the perfect movie to watch and then watch Revenge of the Sith?
No,
Don't say episode 2. That's the super obvious one.
Yeah, it's Revenge of the Sith, man. Like, where the hell did Mock go? Anyway, so final topic of the night. What are your guys' feelings about Revenge of the Sith? I know that, it can be controversial a little bit. It's known as the most popular of the prequels, but the prequels are not, overly loved, I guess. Like, so.
No, but Sith is.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm coming from. So, yeah, let's, let's see, where do we go? Kale, let's start with you. Revenge of the Sith. Let's talk about Revenge of the Sith.
First Star Wars cinema experience, man. I was 6, about to turn 7. Took the day off from primary school. Walked around the stores as Darth Vader, full costume, red lightsaber, full mask, everything. Just, yeah, I will never forget that day. Getting to see that for the first time right in front of me was just like, Jesus, this is awesome. And it still blows my mind every time I watch it. Yeah, sure, people are going to be like, it's Hayden Christensen, so it's not good. It's just like, shut up.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because anybody else could have done it anywhere near as well. The whole time you feel it building in him. It's just like, this is Vader, man. It's happening. You know it's happening. That's the whole reason you're here. But he's the guy that you really feel like, oh yeah, this is who it happened to, and I feel sorry for him. And that's the whole point. It's just, yeah. And then all the subsequent video games, like the artwork behind you there.
Yeah.
Where Anakin somehow conjures Force lightning, despite that being very canonized as something he could never do.
How the hell do you know? I literally just looked up Revenge of the Sith wallpaper, and yet you caught something. Taylor, you're the best, man.
Look at the Anakin behind you. He's using the Force lightning. It makes no damn sense.
Lightsaber,
not the big
dude.
one, the side one.
Kale, I love you, man.
I've played that game
How do you
over and
notice
over
this
again.
crap? I'm like, just wax poetic about Revenge of the Sith, and you're like, you see, back there, like the, no, not that one, no, over there, yeah, oh
Yeah, the big
that's
one.
a video game, like, yeah.
I've played that game a million times. I have killed those Nemoidians 8,000 times. And God, man, it's always fun to play. And it's always a great film to watch. It's dark, but it's fun at the same time.
Yes.
And there is not a whole lot of movies that can do dark and fun at the same time.
Right. Dude, every time I watch it, literally every time, I'm like, oh God, please don't turn. Please
Yeah.
don't turn. Oh, don't turn. Like, I've got that reaction to it. Like,
You still hold out hope for him, even when it's inevitable.
it is so brilliantly written, and to me, it's outside of episode 4 because that started everything. I think episode 3 is like George Lucas's best accomplishment.
Straight up.
And we've done that on umpteen episodes. Steve, Revenge of the Sith. You obviously are a dark side guy. You're all in the red. So.
I was gonna say, the one time in the prequels where we get Vader, so check that box off. Bad guys essentially, I'm not gonna say win, but the story is about bad guys. Check that box. John, AJ, you guys were at my wedding as I was dressed up at a Halloween party as episode 3 Anakin. So check that box. We are just taking W's across the board on this thing, and I can't wait to go see it in theaters.
I think it's easier to cut to the chat. Has anybody got a single L against this film?
Yeah. Yes. Dude, I don't
like
think anyone
literally
does.
the only L people have is the people that just want to hate on the prequels for being the prequels.
Sure, but a
agree.
legitimate one is what I'm asking for.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
I'll give you
the best
one.
thing you can say about a movie is that they do a callback to another movie. Then it's not a very good movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sorry,
But-
you challenged me to come up with something bad to say. So,
Well, I got something bad to say. I have one negative.
It ends?
Thank you. Actually, it doesn't end.
was it not enough?
You're way too late for that, AJ. So
When he
like,
finally commits to the dark side, it feels so good.
I've already used that one. Dude, like the Padme scene on the balcony.
If Anakin did have Force lightning, it would light up the sky.
We're talking about Star Wars right now.
No, I know what he's doing. It just took him like an hour to get on board.
He got one like straight after you did, and you missed it.
Kale, you go back and listen to this later and be like, "Oh, I get it." Yeah. If there is a negative about this movie,
it's not longer. It's not enough.
You and I are
You've
going to have a
already said
discussion
that.
on Saturday that you're not going to like. And Joe, for once, you're going to be a part of it.
Bring it on, JT. Bring it on.
Dude, that scene on the balcony, like Padme on the balcony, like just where, oh God, I hate to say this. She looks like Gallagher.
Dude, what the fuck is up with her face in that scene?
It was,
Yeah, okay, that is weird.
It feels like something digital hit her face that they didn't remove, like, because that doesn't look like Natalie Portman. But the dialogue, like, no, like, it's because I'm so in love with you. Like, look, exactly. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
It reminds me of the classic Harrison Ford quote: "Like, you can write this on a page, but you can't make people say it."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they did.
Yeah, they did it. All right. So anyway, AJ, Revenge of the Sith. Your thoughts?
All right. The first and most important thing that we all need to realize is that there is a large crop of the fan base at this point that doesn't know what it's like to see George Lucas Star Wars on the big screen.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Good call.
So, I was just realizing this. Like,
Jeez.
I don't think Miranda has ever seen a Star Wars movie in the theater.
No shit.
I haven't been with her long enough to know, but unless she was dating some other Star Wars nerd in the last 10 years, then she has never experienced Star Wars as it's meant to be seen in the theater.
Star Wars. As
Rebuttal?
So Miranda, thank you for coming back on because honestly, have you ever seen a Star Wars movie in the movie theater?
Wait a minute. Why wouldn't she come on? She's in your bedroom.
Well, I don't have a charger in there. She must have ran out of power. I don't know.
Oh,
But-
imagine that. All of a sudden she's back and you don't have a charger in your bedroom.
It's charging everything.
I don't have that many devices that I need in my bedroom that require, electric. But
Just batteries.
yeah.
Yes, I have
No.
seen several of the movies in the theater. I think you think that I don't know as much as I do know. I don't know as much as you nerds, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then obviously we don't need to talk
damn,
about
and then she drops out. Wow.
There went AJ's point. Thanks for
Well,
showing
no,
up,
except for the
Miranda.
sequel
Well,
trilogy. Except for the sequel trilogy, we're looking at like 2005 and prior. So to see one of the episodes in theaters, unless this much,
yeah,
of
I
a-
mean,
20 years ago, then you didn't.
But do
yeah, I mean,
re-releases
Miranda,
count?
did you see Revenge of the Sith in theaters in 2005?
I did not, but I
Okay.
am looking forward to seeing it in the theater.
Okay. Joe, did you see Revenge of the Sith in theaters?
Yes.
Steve, I was
Yes.
thinking right now. Kale, obviously.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
AJ, well, AJ, wait a minute. I would like to also take a poll here, AJ. I'm going to start this over again. Miranda, have you ever seen Revenge of the Sith in the theater in 3D?
No.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Joe, have you ever seen Revenge of the Sith in the theater in 3D?
I'm blind as hell, so 3D hurts my eyes.
That wasn't the question.
No, John.
That's okay.
answered
It's-
like a
it's trick
politician.
question. The answer is no to everybody, including us, JT.
Excuse me. No. Steve, have you ever seen Revenge of the Sith in the theater in 3D?
It never had a theatrical release in 3D, you asshole.
Excuse me.
I will answer the question under oath. No, I have not.
There we go. Kale McLeish, have you ever seen Revenge of the Sith in 3D?
Even if it had a theatrical release, I wouldn't go. My corneas don't work, and it would give me a blinding headache.
Okay. Well, AJ, I'm about to dump you out because you're an absolute bastard for not getting on board with what I'm about to go with. Have you seen? Oh, is that Mandy? Mandy?
That's
Mindy?
Miss Mandy. Miss Mandy
Technically,
is
you
working
weren't
very
on it,
hard
it's
at
4 days.
learning better behavior and more patience.
Can you say hi?
She's
Happy
doing
birthday?
great.
Say happy birthday.
Hi, Mandy girl.
No.
All right, AJ.
Anyway.
Have you seen Revenge of the Sith in 3D?
Well, that's a different question.
No, it's not. I asked everybody.
Yes,
I
I've
di-
seen Revenge of the Sith in 3D, not in a theater though.
Okay, well, I fucked up talking to Steve. Okay. Oh, that's right. I have too. I would like to bone up a little bit here, and
I feel like
know.
you have probably for a couple of hours and might want to go see a doctor.
well played. AJ and I, here's an awesome Revenge of the Sith fact. We are one of only a few hundred people on the planet who have ever seen Revenge of the Sith in 3D. I don't think
But
even
we
AJ knows that.
though.
Yeah, it was released, I think, in Germany in 3D at one point, and otherwise it was at Star Wars Celebration in 2017. But yeah, AJ and I have seen the movie in 3D, and we were the last two people to get into the theater. It was 17, AJ, because it was Anaheim. So yeah, I've
was
seen
19
my
then.
favorite.
Lucky bastard.
19. Okay. So yeah. No, wait. No, 19 was Chicago. Was it Chicago?
17
And
was
then-
Orlando.
Yeah. Well. I hear you googling, so Google. But AJ and I have seen Revenge of the Sith in 3D, and we're only one of a few hundred people on the planet who have done so. So don't just slap things; just actually look it up. Anyways, yeah. So
Apparently, Anaheim was 2022.
well, no, it was before that. There was a couple Anaheims before that.
It was
Yeah,
15 and 22. Those are the only two Anaheim shows.
Well, maybe it was then one of the other ones.
They
'Cause we
announced
saw it.
in Chicago in 2019. It was Chicago. It was Chicago 2019, and then they announced Anaheim 2020. But then, of course, 2020 happened, and there was no celebration.
But we
Did
did
they
see it
do
in 3D.
that? Did they do that at the celebration when they were supposed to release all 3 of the prequels in 3D, and then they?
It was one of
scrapped
those,
that shit?
Steve. Yes.
2015.
See, all right, hold on. Let's put you in solo here.
Oh shit!
There we go. 2015. AJ, there it is. I told
Well, it was
you.
announced for the 3D debut. Wait a minute. That doesn't mean that it was shown there.
Look, it doesn't matter. Okay, we saw.
Point is, we
episode
saw it at
3
Star
in
Wars
3D.
Celebration. Yeah.
And we were the last 2 people to get into the damn room.
Okay,
we waited
so
in line for 2.5 hours, and we got to see it in 3D. And I'm telling you, it's my favorite movie of all time. And in 3D, it's even fucking better. And we saw a panel about how Dennis Muren led the 3D charge and did all of the 3D conversion for episodes 1, 2, and 3. And we got to see a bunch of episode 2, and it looked amazing. I hope at some point they put those movies out in 3D because it looked, AJ, back me up, fucking incredible.
Well, that's actually my question. My question. The work's done. They already have a 3D version. They're putting this back out in theaters for the 20th anniversary. Why no 3D?
It says something about 4D on things over.
40K, yeah.
40X. I don't even know what that is. I don't think we've
It's
got
basically you sit in a chair, and it rumbles and it moves, and it's like a chair that moves and basically goes along with the, like, if you're in if the scene is in a spaceship, you're kind of like the chair is jerking around like you're in a spaceship and shit. Like, yeah.
Does it have like wind and water?
That's 4D. This one is 4DX, which is for the movie theaters, like a different thing. But yeah,
it's where somebody walks up and hits you in the head with a mallet.
Yeah.
Shit! Does that mean someone's gonna cut off 2 of my legs and 1 of my arms, and then set me on fire?
And drop you into a volcano.
It just might be, Kale. Just might be. All right, so AJ, I think we've reached, time to close up shop.
What, 3 hours later?
Kale, yeah. My podcasts just keep going and going, don't they?
Hey, at least we haven't reached Fan Hangout 2024 levels yet.
We have three more hours for that.
All right.
All right, so let's, Miranda, we'll start with you because you have to obviously get home, which means walk, 24 feet to AJ's podcast room. Miranda, thank you so very much for hanging out tonight. Can't wait to see you.
No, thanks for allowing me to hang out with you guys.
You are always welcome. Love you very much. Obviously, Steph and I love you. Final quick thoughts. Star Wars. You love Star Wars, like you're just kind of like indifferent to
Great
Star
prompt.
Wars. Like,
What are your thoughts on Star Wars? In a minute.
I mean, she's not a Star Wars podcast, so it's like it's fully okay to be like, yeah, I kind of like Star Wars. I'm just here to hang out with you guys, but like I do like this, that, and the other. So if I say to you, Miranda, Star Wars, go. What's your first thought?
No, I do enjoy Star Wars. Maybe not to the level, I don't have the knowledge that you guys do, but I do enjoy it. I've always liked, series of movies like this, and then, the shows that have come out. I like the variety and all the characters. So I love that my son loves it. And I love that I'm around other people in my life that love it as well. So it just makes for a good time.
Beautiful. Well, I love you, and I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for hanging out.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I didn't have a drink earlier, so I will cheers you now. So
cheers. Let's go. So did that come out of AJ's freezer or his fridge?
Wanted to chime in real quick if I could.
Of course we can.
Sorry about before. Battery died out, so right now I had to get a little bit of charge back. So like David Lee Roth in 1985, I'm on borrowed time.
Oh my God.
Also, like David Lee Roth, he's sideways.
Yeah, exactly. You are sideways, by the way. All right, Miranda, thank you so much. Oh my God, you're the best.
Oh, well played.
All righty, so The Mandalorian. Final thoughts: Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars, anything like.
I'm pretty sure he is not moving.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I don't think he's really with us at this point. He said he's
Hello.
trying to get some charge in, but I don't think he did.
Also, like David Lee Roth, he's frozen in time.
Also, he's very egotistical. In the private chat, he said he's Bach. So,
right. All right. Well, Kale. Final thoughts: Star Wars. Go.
Final thoughts on Star Wars. Will there ever be final thoughts on Star Wars? Let's be honest. It's a series that will always change and evolve and be awesome. I mean, this shirt I'm wearing right now, which side is that, is covered in Hawaiian Darth Vaders. This is my number one geek shirt, you know? So it grows forever. And so does my love for it. So does my taste in it. And thank God it's around, you know? 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. 20 years of my first cinematic experience with the Star Wars saga. It's huge. And it will never, ever stop.
I love it, dude. Dude, Kale, thank you so much for hanging out, man. I feel like podcast
Thank you
guy.
for
Thanks
making
hanging
my
out.
week once a week, man. Like, it's awesome to get to watch you from all the way across the world, you know?
Dude,
Thanks
fuck that, dude. Kale,
beware, Kale.
Yeah, dude, you make my week.
We're
once a
of
week.
means enough that we might eventually crash with you at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully, somewhere down the road, we will meet up. I'm starting to look at maybe hitting up Celebration in 27 with you guys if I can get a ticket.
Dude.
We can get you a ticket. You have a free place to stay. Keep in touch. Like AJ and I, if it's one thing we know how to do Celebration. So yeah,
It's got to be done at least once.
Well, and that's the one to do because it is 50th anniversary of Star Wars. So
Oh, damn right.
yeah, it's going to be kind of big. So keep in touch, man. I somehow I think you and I will be in touch between now and then. So
you'll talk a time or two.
That'll be unfortunate, won't it? It'll be
Well,
such
I love
a
you, man.
detractor from everybody's day. But no, thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for making fan bases look fun again, honestly. Especially
sweet of you,
in
man.
two of the most addict fan bases. You are literally one of the biggest fans in fan bases like Star Wars and Dream Theater that just most of the time are the people that hate it the most. So
thank you, man. Dude, I love you, man. Thank you. That
lots of
is
love.
so.
See you around.
Yeah, I love you, brother. We'll see you very soon, man. I love you, brother. Thank you so much for spending time tonight. Oh, AJ, what the hell did you do to me, man? All right, Joe. Final thoughts. Star Wars, and not that we can't talk about this on Saturday, but
You know, the podcast only goes for so long on Saturday. You know what, AJ? Just leave it like that. I want to be the voice behind the three faces of the NHC that, you know, I originally became infatuated with because you guys are fucking cool. I
Okay,
like
we're gonna go in voiceover layout then.
that you guys just decided, you know what? We're just going to talk about Star Wars at a time, 20 years after everybody wanted to make fun of the Star Wars nerds, right? These are the Star Wars nerds. Look at them. Look at these guys. It's brilliant. The hair wasn't so long back then, I think my meme once said, there's a whole bunch of new metal and brown shit in there, but that's okay.
It's crazy. John's has gotten longer, and mine has gone away since we started the podcast.
it was always going that way, Steve.
Yeah.
I think the first time I listened to an episode of the Nerf Herder Council, you guys were somewhere in a basement surrounding a mixing board, and I thought, you know what? Star Wars is cool. It is, in my opinion, the one piece of sci-fi everybody can really get into. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how you got here. There is something in Star Wars that everybody can, I don't want to say identify with, but can find something awesome about. It's usually the lightsaber. Sometimes it's the Force. Sometimes it's the voice of Alec Guinness. And then sometimes it's the squeaky toy behind me. Sometimes it's this idea of what's the first promise that Star Wars makes? A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. If that's not the perfect opening line to a fantasy story, I don't know what is. Because it completely sets you up for the story that's going to be told. It doesn't try for even a second to pretend that it is reality, because it's not. It's a really cool story with some really cool characters and some interesting ideas. We talked about Kathleen Kennedy earlier, and, yay or nay, are we glad that she's leaving, or, maybe leaving or not? The answer is the stories keep evolving because it's created an idea, a world that we can all enjoy. Your least favorite Star Wars does not replace your favorite Star Wars. And if I can sit down with my dad and watch Star Wars at age 5, and I can do the same thing at age 20, age 25, and age 30, that man had Star Wars on his iPad. And that's how he slept for the longest time. Star Wars is cool, man. I love Star Wars. And I think everybody loves something about Star Wars. Pick your favorite movie. Come talk to these guys about what your favorite Star Wars movie is. Mine is Star Wars, by the way.
How the fuck are we going to follow that?
Oh, I was already going to
Master.
turn you down when you got to my thing anyways.
Wow. Joe. Holy. Wow.
I've never used the kick from audio setting, but that's a good way to. Yeah, thanks for upstaging the show, man.
Wow. That.
Well, I mean, the whole reason you're on here is because you found us first. So, I mean, I went out and I got to meet you in person this year, and that's one of the coolest experiences I got, and that's why you're coming into town this weekend. So,
hell yeah!
I mean, the biggest power of this podcast, the biggest power of Star Wars, is the ability to unite people, and I never would have known you if not for this fandom. So, I don't think there's any better example of what Star Wars is all about.
John, I don't know how many hours you've done a Dream Theater podcast, but I do know that we have spent at least 9 hours talking about Dream Theater.
That we have.
Now, how do I get on Steve's couch to play some freaking Mario Kart?
I think Steve can hook you up.
Steve, I'm asking for a favor. Teach me to love Elden Ring, because I don't.
I don't fucking like it either.
Thank you!
Damn, the things you'll do for Twitch.
I fucking played that long enough to get views on Twitch and build essentially Darth Maul in that game. I accomplished it, and I never played it again after that. So.
All right, well, Joe, we are going to see you on Saturday. We're going to get final thoughts from Steve, but Joe, before we go,
No,
whatever you do, please travel safe. Dude, get here safe. I cannot wait to fucking meet you in person, man. I love you. Thanks for taking time to come on, the Nerf Herder Council again, but also my birthday show. So, dude, I love you, man. We'll see you on Saturday, brother.
Love you guys. See you soon.
All right, and then there were the original 3.
You are not getting final thoughts out of me after that. There's no way.
Right?
We can. Dude, this is
I mean,
your
do you
show.
want final thoughts? We could talk about David Prowse looking at 2 different directions at the same time. We can
How about
talk about blue milk and how it fucked up people in the Star Wars universe, but we're not following that fucking kumbaya shit that he just did.
Right. Dude, right? Or how about Chewbacca with the cigarettes and shit? Why the Millennium Falcon was all fucked up? Oh my god, guys! I'm serious.
Kanan with
guys,
the googly eyes on his mask.
Guys, go back like years ago into the Nerf Herder Council archives and shit. And again, I'm getting full disclosure of the way the world is.
Only pain will you find.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, guys, like you may want to cancel us. They're like, again, the Return of the Jedi thing, and I don't know. Like you may want to cancel us, but it is funny.
There is some bad stuff still saved on the hard drive of that fucking laptop over there.
Okay, but that's not online though. That's your brother's
it could
fault.
Be, though.
That's your fucking brother's fault. Yeah.
Look, 10 years.
Oh my God! No, not
change.
that one. Oh Jesus Christ! We're talking about the fucking the
watch along
debacle of 2016.
Yes. Oh, the behind the scenes, guys. But yeah, honestly, guys.
Hey, we've been recording for 11 seconds. Nick.
Yeah.
It was
and recording
nearly
done.
A disaster. Yeah.
Yeah. It was. Guys, this show has been a complete and total fucking weirdo job from day one, dude. So, like, but yeah, if you go back in our older stuff, there's a ton of funny shit. Some of it, like, yeah, we're not proud of. Just know that when you look it up, and you are gonna laugh your nuts off about that Return of the Jedi episode. Guys, like we are not trying to be offensive. Yeah, so don't.
It was a
cancel
different
us.
time.
Yeah,
the show's been around long enough. We can actually say that.
Yeah, and it is funny. It really is.
It was funny, and that's all that counts. The crazy thing is, like, we would. I'm not going to say that we would show prep because we never show prep.
There's a joke about that. Yeah,
but like we would get through the recording, and then as soon as we were done doing what we were supposed to, hold on, the camera's up here. Like the next like 20 minutes of just bullshit before I stopped recording was always 1,000 times better than the show that we just fucking recorded.
All the shit we couldn't say. Yep.
Like there's so many files saved on that laptop that were like shit that AJ and I were doing while John ran to the bathroom after we were done recording, or we were going to stick around and edit something. So John left, and then because like there's so many things that I had saved under this is what happens when John leaves early or whatever. Like, and it was just fucking just horrible fucking things. And then, you know, I would get them in post and I would start putting music underneath them, or we'd start talking in the oldie time radio voices.
Man, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We never did.
The council.
We never did get those interviews in the bathroom at Star Wars Celebration, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We did have that one recording, man. We did have it.
Something about hanging out in a bathroom with a microphone gets a lot of weird looks.
Like you said, though, it is a different time now. It's 2025.
Oh my God.
It might be worth your effort to go ahead and try to go for that again.
Right.
It was awesome because they share like, "Hey, I'm AJ and I'm JT. We're in the bathroom at Star Wars Celebration."
I mean, and we can create things now. AJ, you're a professional at this stuff. Like, you can make like a little media badge, go get it laminated, put it on a fucking lanyard and shit. So like, when somebody's like, "Hey, you can't fucking be here, guys," and you're like, "Fucking media," you're looking like the beginning of Wayne's World. You look like the beginning of Wayne's World when they're behind.
Like, oh, okay.
They're walking backstage at the Alice Cooper concert, just waving the fucking
right
in their faces. No, we're allowed to be here.
I can't believe you brought that up because I remember like at that particular celebration, AJ and are like, this is gonna be awesome. Then we actually got in the shitter and we're like,
we can't do this. No.
This isn't as cool as we thought. But we did it somehow. And it was like what, Sunday at like 4:00. Like we purposely like we were just like completely just like, oh, let's go when no one's around. Like we were total pussies about it. Like,
Right? No, you gotta get one of those funny like Bluetooth microphones. It looks like a real mic, but it's like the camera's up here again. It's like this big. And put it and like go in the bathroom and just fucking like slide it underneath the stall and start trying to do an interview with the person next to you. So, Star Wars. What do you got to say about it?
Why are you in here? Guys, welcome to Original Nerf Herder Council.
Right.
This is how the show started.
Steve, you fucker, why'd you ever leave us?
Oh my god.
To make
All right,
money
so-
on Twitch.
See, and he's smarter than us, man. He's making money on Twitch, and I'm spending $100 a month on StreamYard. So there we go.
Right. The only payments I've ever received from this show are when I buy my own t-shirts.
Right.
And with that said, I've been looking around. I have nothing to drink down here, but if we're gonna reminisce about things, remember this?
Oh shit.
Oh, the cup.
Oh
The
my
cup.
god.
The fucking pimp cup. That thing's like 20 fucking years old at this point.
Dude, why?
All right.
Oh my god. And you had to
So
put
I'm trying
Jaeger
to
in
find
that
reminiscing thing. Oh
bastard. You
yeah,
had to put Jaeger in that bastard.
there was plenty of drinking out of that thing.
Oh. All right, well, Steve, we're gonna dump you out, and AJ and I are gonna close the show out. But
Happy birthday,
dude.
by the way.
Dude, I love you, man. It's so good.
I
to
love
see
you too,
man.
man.
Man, I can't
By the way,
believe you took
these
the time-
shenanigans are for John's 49th birthday. So just imagine what next February is going to be like.
Well, you better figure it out, AJ, because like having like 18.
Oh, I've already got ideas. Don't you worry about that bullshit.
See, we're already prepping early.
I won't be on that show.
Just
Steve,
cardboard cutout of JT.
Exactly.
Soundboard John. We
By
got
that
a year
point,
to
we're
make a
just gonna voice
soundboard.
clone him. Yeah. We're just going to
We got a year to make a soundboard and buy a stream deck, and he'll answer all the questions.
I think it'd be easy to make a stream deck of though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Should
Welcome
I
to
bring
the
Joe
Nerf-
back in? He's already got it.
Yeah, right.
God. No, we have to
Joe,
end the
you
show.
ready?
It's 3 hours. No, we have to end the show.
Oh, okay.
All right, dump me out. Love you guys.
I love you, Steve. Oh
I
man,
love
great
you
to
too,
see you,
man.
brother. Casual fader. All right. So, and then there were two.
You outlasted my lights, man. All my battery powered lights are done.
Well, quit being a bitch. Get some real shit. Dude, I just wanted to bullshit Star Wars, and I failed at that for a good hour and a half because you had so many of my friends on here.
There were a few no shows, by the way. So
yeah, I can only
it
imagine.
might have
dude.
been more.
I can't thank you enough, man. Like this is not going on audio, by the way. It will not be an entertaining audio listen. Dude, I love you. Like that is so sweet of you. Like when I started seeing the people show up in the green room, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Like that is just unbelievably touching that, you know, that they would take the time to come on the show, but number one, that you made that effort. Like, dude, you know I don't need that stuff and I don't want that stuff. Like, you know, it's just like
Audience, he's too humble to admit this, but his office, he showed up yesterday and everyone in his office had an inflatable lightsaber and Star Wars masks. Not just like his team that he, you know, manages, but also his coworkers, people above him in the organization. everybody fucking loves John, and for good reason. The dude's just amazing. So why not have a show where we completely wreck the format and just spend our time telling you, my brother, my best friend, exactly how awesome you are. You do it for us all day, every day. So it's about time we reverse the favor.
I love you, man.
Love you too.
I don't know what else to say, man. I love you, and I love all you guys that took the time to come on the show, and all you guys that take the time, every couple weeks to, watch the Nerf Herder Council or Talking Into Infinity, to jump in the chat, like give us your opinions and stuff. And AJ and I do the show strictly because it's an excuse for us to hang out. I mean, it's literally what it is. It's me and my, AJ hates this term, but today I think I can get away with it. It's an excuse for me and my little brother to hang out. We love Star Wars. We love nerd shit. And my earliest memory of AJ was holding him as he was a newborn at our grandparents' place on Fern Hill Drive in Parma, Ohio, and I either got in my head somehow, or my mom or my dad said to me, like, "Hey, that's your little brother. You got to protect him." And I just, something about that, like that is literally the earliest memory of my life, is holding my little brother AJ and thinking, yeah, I got to protect him. And I've tried to protect him every day of my life since then. And he was born in 1979, and the next year in 1980, I was 4, and my parents took me to see Star Wars in the theaters. It was actually at Strongsville Cinema, and I was like, holy shit, man. And I've told the story on the show so many times about, I saw Star Wars 1.5 times. Like, my dad misread the movie time, so we walked into the theaters, my mom and my dad and I, and they said, oh, the movie's already started, but you can go watch it and whatever. And we walked in the middle of the garbage compactor scene, and then I watched the rest of the movie. And then they said, yeah, you can stay and, watch, the movie again, like to see the part you didn't see. So when we get to the garbage compactor scene, Dad stands up. He's like, we're going. I'm like, no, we're staying. And I was so hooked on Star Wars. Absolutely hooked on Star Wars. Like, Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon just became everything to me. Like, that's cool. That's fucking cool, man. And then I found Eddie Van Halen and the Frankenstrat. And I've always said, like, the two bastions of cool in my life are Eddie Van Halen and Frankenstrat, but the number one is Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon. And I was so into Star Wars after that, in 1980. And AJ, he was growing up. I had the toys and records and stuff, and AJ just kind of got into it with me, like, and I was, I'll never forget thinking, like, man, like, there's a new Star Wars movie coming out. I'm gonna go see Star Wars, like, and Mom and Dad were like, yeah, like, AJ was of an age where he could go to see a movie in the theater. He was 4, and in 1983, AJ and I sat. AJ and I sat next to each other in the theater, and we saw Return of the Jedi together. And Mom was on one side, Dad was on the other, and I got to share this crazy Star Wars thing with my little brother, like, who, since birth, it was everything to me. And now I get to share this with him, like, dude, this is, like, we've been playing with toys for years, and now, like, here we are. We're at the theater. This is Star Wars, And AJ was already my best friend when he was born because he's AJ. That's my little brother, man. Like, that day when I met him when I was 3, I'd have traded my life for his, and to this day, right now, I'd trade my life for his. I just love him so dearly, and dude, seeing Star Wars together. I love AJ, man. I love AJ. And I love Star Wars. And fucking hell, dude. Thanks for jumping in. Oh, and thanks for unmuting. Or thanks for not unmuting. Or you could unmute.
Sorry. Yeah, all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to follow with, but I'll say this. The reason I was into all that stuff is because, everybody who's got a sibling can understand, like, the first friends you make in life are your older siblings. And it's just sheer luck of the draw, I guess. I don't know. But I happen to, the same way, JT, you said it, man. Like, you're my best friend. I love you, and it's not just because we're blood. It's because we're friends. Like, when people say, like, oh, I don't really talk to my brother, I'm like, how is that possible? I don't understand, because if I were to not talk to my brother, I would not only lose a family member, I would lose my best friend. And that's just a double whammy that I cannot take. And I got into Star Wars probably because, well, like I said, my best friend at that point in life is my older brother. And then from that point on, that was just something we had. And I just followed you ever since. Like, the way social media now, like, you follow and like and, subscribe to somebody. Like, I did that all the way back in 1981 or whenever hell I actually started to recognize who people were around me. And I've been that way ever since, man. Like, the best thing I could ever do is get close to being who you are. You want to close up shop right now? This is getting really sappy.
Yeah. Well, I think sappy's good though, man. Like, at least we're real. Like,
yep.
I mean,
and through the 10 years of this show going on right now, like, we're 10 years older. We got a whole lot of stories and experiences, and the show is the framework around all of which that is based. So I love that we've got things like Revenge of the Sith coming up, because that is the movie that started it all for both of us in cinema.
Yeah.
That was really, like, that was crazy that, that was such a thing for us. And I can't wait to share that with you. And I can't wait to do this show again in 2 weeks, and on and on and on we go.
Well, man, I can't thank you enough for.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, I love you, man. Thank you. Goddamn. Thank you, dude. You put way too much effort into this, and like you mentioned my team at work. Like, man, you guys don't have to do the stuff, man. Just me, like Joseph Wren, like, dude, guy bought a fucking plane ticket. He's gonna be up here this weekend. Like, that's all right. At some point, we got to get out. So I have to be podcast guys. So, guys, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not doing the usual out, man. Thank all of you for hanging out. Like, thank you guys so much, man. Thank you, AJ. Dude, how amazing was it to have Steve on here?
Right? If I can step in for a second and help with the outro a little bit. In 2 weeks, we'll be back. Check your clocks, because there's going to be a time change. So we're still on at 8 p.m. Eastern time, but it's not going to be daylight savings. So or it is going to be daylight savings. I forget which way that goes, but anyway, we're going to spring ahead. So I hope you tune in at 8 p.m. actual 8 p.m. and not 7 and 9 p.m. Whatever the hell. We're on at 8 p.m. every other Wednesday. I don't know the fuck the time changes, but yeah, we'll be back. And we're kind of careening towards Star Wars Celebration Japan at this point. So we'll be doing more Star Wars content, and I'm going to be doing some bonus shows covering Star Wars Celebration for Virtual Cantina Network.
Exactly.
We'll
I'll
share
be helping
that
with
you.
that as well. Yeah.
And in the meantime, we've got a slightly new layout to the show. If you haven't noticed tonight, all of our platforms are on the bottom of the screen for you now, including Discord, which is a new thing. So we need some voices on there. Go ahead and join us on Discord, and we will chat it up between shows. And in the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in, hanging out. We love all of you. And even when it's not somebody's birthday, everybody is welcome on anytime they want.
Yes, 100% agree. Guys, I'm truly flattered and honored. Anyone, even if the show ever got just one person watching or downloading, again, it's an excuse for me to hang out with AJ and an excuse to hang out with Steve back in the day. And love you guys, man. Thank you for making my birthday ungodly special. So hey, we're not going to do the standard sign off, man. He's AJ, I'm JT, and guys, whatever you do, just be awesome to each other.